Oh my God! How did you guys get in here? We were just having a nice private improv bagel to ourselves. We didn't invite the viewers, did we?
My favorite is the Magic School Bus meta intros.
Sure. Is that what it is?
I don't know.
Oh,
Magic. I don't remember that.
No, we didn't.
Oh,
We didn't invite them.
We didn't.
What are you doing here?
Well, I guess you guys can stay. We might
all
as
right.
well introduce ourselves. My name is Phil. I'll be the host of this improv bagel. And of course, my lovely co-host is the Dill over here,
Hello.
Dylan.
Hi.
He puts the dill in pickle.
He puts the Dill in pickle.
Yes.
And pickles
Goddamn
elsewhere.
right.
Most of my elementary school days are full of that.
Pickles.
That's right, Pickle Dill. And instead of Pickle Rick, it's Pickle Dill. And then we got Scott, speaking of Pickle Dill.
Hey, everybody.
Scottington. What's up?
Scottington 2 in theaters now.
We almost replaced him with, what was it? Mott. His evil doppelganger.
That is not into pop culture,
No.
but popsicles. I like that a lot.
You're
Scott
goddamn
the
right.
Hoople.
Scott the Hoople.
I like that even better.
And then we got Wes on this side.
Greetings, everyone.
Rocking the hot cocoa.
I have a hot cocoa.
Ooh.
I would prefer it to be unsweetened.
It's true. He's trying to go vegan.
So,
That movie.
sugarless chocolate milk, hot chocolate.
Yeah, sugarless chocolate milk.
It's basically cocoa beans.
I
in
agree
there.
with you.
It's good.
I like a pure, dark, unsweetened hot cocoa.
Yeah.
And that, speaking on the mic, is Tito. And guess what he likes?
Fast cars.
I thought you were going
Fast
to
cars.
answer it.
Hot women.
You had already said it.
I like
Improvising.
TV.
That's right. He likes
I don't know about
thinking
you
on his
guys,
feet.
but I like the box, the boob tube.
Well, that's right. We are actually sponsored by The Hive, which is coming out. If you live in the Albuquerque, New Mexico area, downtown at The Box, The Hive is coming out at 10:15 this Friday, downtown at The Box. Check
Download
it
it.
out.
At the
Also
box.
sponsored by Aguacate.
That's right. Tecate. Tecate Light. Is it that Tecate?
Aguacate.
What's that?
What's that?
None of you know Spanish?
Nope.
No, look at us.
No.
Well, these guys, yeah, but I mean, yeah.
He's a failure to his family. But
Yeah,
the rest of us, no.
exactly, yeah.
It's
I'm keeping it
Spanish
true.
for guacamole.
Oh, I thought
Or
guacamole.
avocado.
I thought
Oh, okay.
guacamole.
I thought guacamole was Guacamole is pretty
No.
much.
It's Spanish for avocado. My friend was telling me that she was on a date and the guy that she would like, it was like a Tinder date, insisted that any form of avocado is called avocado. So in his head, guacamole doesn't exist. It is called
avocado.
And he would stop her and be like,
No. Avocado. Avocado. And if you're wondering what we're doing right now, this is a little bit of improv for you.
I mean,
if
is
you're
that
new
what
to
it
the
was?
show, it was a little bit of improv.
a little bit of
That's
improv.
right.
Yeah.
That's right, Scott. You have just done improv. Give it up for Scott. First time improv. So we're going to be talking about our days, our
I'm gonna
lives,
quit now.
other little things. He's going to go out on a high note.
was
we're
a
going to be
great
talking
bit.
about ourselves, our lives, and we're going to just jump into some scenes, some randomness whenever we feel like it. So if you're wondering what the hell we're doing, pay attention.
Idiots.
That's all I have to say.
It's been very aggressive against the audience.
That's
so
true.
far.
I'm sorry, Michelle.
Audience, a.k.a.
Yeah, I'm
Michelle.
sorry to my sister. Oh, you know what? Actually, my mom, I was talking to her the other day, and you know what's interesting? My mom and sister had a conversation about our podcast.
What?
They were telling
Please
us,
tell.
they were talking about the Infinite one with the, what was it?
Infinite?
With the bear, the number one bear.
Oh.
And what was the calamari one or whatever?
Katamari.
Yeah.
Katamari Damacy?
Yeah,
Well,
when
we were talking
It was
about
like the long
cleaning
form.
system, and then it extrapolated.
calamari.
into-
Yeah.
Calamari.
Calamari, that's it, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, they were having a discussion
Is
about
she
it.
gonna
So.
like? Does she have like a list of corrections about?
No, but I will.
Calamari.
I will let you know. Last time, my sister called him out because he got a lot of his facts wrong with the silent movie gibberish. She's really into silent
about
movies. So.
Harold Lloyd.
Harold
like,
Lloyd,
I watched like
Oh.
the behind the scenes documentary. I was like, this is what I remember.
Doesn't make you an
remembered
expert.
it wrong. I'm
You
sorry.
just saw a documentary.
Until you have a tattoo of Buster Keaton on your shoulder.
No, because you're
You
not
are
insane.
That's right. So that's right. That's why you don't have.
That's
the
why you
authority.
don't know about.
That's why
the
you
truth.
don't know about Harold
Did,
Lloyd.
did your mother
Yeah.
watch?
She watches, yeah. This is actually
She actively watches?
well, not live. She listens at the gym. So she said it
Cool.
makes it's easier for me to go to the gym because I just put you guys on and I laugh the whole time.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I know. So
That's
we got
fun.
2 fans.
So sweet.
You guys are
All
welcome.
from my family needs to kick into high gear.
I know you
'cause
guys. What the hell?
You know what?
I'm
Have you
trying
ever
to get
showed
friends
yours? I was wondering
No.
about you, Tito. You've never showed your family.
No.
Why not?
They don't know what
Because-
you do on Wednesdays.
They don't know.
I feel,
Uh-huh.
dude, like I feel like I'm the least funny person in my family.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
I've never met. I've met your sister.
You've met
She's
my sister.
great. Yeah.
She's fucking
it's a
hilarious.
low bar.
It's a lot. Yeah.
People are funnier than
So I always feel like enough judgment. You
Uh-huh.
know, like I don't want to
You
like.
just feel
share
like you would
this.
get more notes on how
Or
to be funnier.
I have
I-
some notes.
I would
You already have
create-
enough?
I would
Yeah.
know. Like enough to put on them. I would just
No, no,
like
you're fine.
create notes in my head
Yeah.
and like overthink it. So the way to avoid that is just to be like,
Is to not.
whatever.
Uh-huh.
Just not worrying about it. Remember,
Yeah.
like years ago, I've
Yeah.
been doing improv for about 2 years, and after that, that was like the first time I decided to invite people to an improv show.
Yeah.
It was 2 years
Oh, I
before I
know it,
invited
yeah.
anybody, and I couldn't handle it.
Yeah. He didn't
Like,
take that
I
well.
was, I was like very negative. I was like, show up or don't. I don't give a fuck. I promise you nothing.
Yeah,
And it was,
that was it.
and it was
Yeah, and
gonna-
the team kind of like,
And I
took
invited
him
everybody on
aside.
my friends
Yeah,
list.
Yeah, it
and
was
the,
like,
and the team was because it was like a student
Yeah.
showcase, and they were like, Tito, could you not do
can you
that,
take that
please?
down? Yeah, it's
That's
kind of
really not creating some group cohesion.
yeah. So, but you took it down. I
was
think
try-
you've
I was
gotten
trying-
better.
I was trying not to care. And then while we were
Sounded
on
like you
stage,
cared too much.
I was trying not to, but I did.
Right.
I was sure, like, do I see my friends? Do I hear my friends laughing in the background? And then we got off the stage, and like all I want to do was like run out there to see if my friends were there.
Uh-huh.
I was like so nervous, and I ran out there. I didn't see him. I felt like crushed.
Oh really?
I was like,
You
I can't-
fuckers! You didn't. You didn't like
it
my
was
post.
just awful.
Have you guys been recognized around town from people?
I have. My
You have?
sister will deny it, but when we went to see Mark Marin, there was 2 lines, one for Mark, one for me. So
and I fucked up because I was in the fill line and I didn't know.
that's true.
So
Yeah,
it was
and
a
I
little
like, oh,
disappointing.
hey, Scott, and I thought it was
Hey.
his doppelganger with
Right.
the popsicle.
I did have a
so-
popsicle. It was a hot day.
Yeah.
So I did have a popsicle in my hand. It was fine. seeing
Yeah,
you, though.
it was
Yeah.
cool. We had that. I'll post that someday.
Every now and then at Dion's, they'll be like, "Hey, you're at the box." But I'm
That's
like,
cool.
Hey, yeah, come on
cool.
down again. The Hive.
Yeah, I've been
Yeah.
I've been noticed at what is it, at Dinner Detective when we're done with shows. Like I'll talk with someone. It's like, do you do improv at the box? It's like, well, as a matter of fact, ma'am, yes, I do. That one's happened quite a bit.
Yeah.
People often recognize Rusty, which is kind of funny because they like kind of break characters. Like, hey guys, this is Rusta Rhymes. Like, you should see his character. It's so great. Like, totally ruining the illusion. But I have gotten some people who are like, hey, you did like when we did Fool's Gold at the Ox Dog. There's like some friends who came by and like, hey, that was great. Can't wait to see the next one. It's like, and it happened in front of my sister, which was embarrassing because it's like she's always just like rolling her eyes whenever I get recognized, and so of course I have to rub it in more.
They don't know you're an idiot.
Yeah. Exactly. They don't know. They don't know that I mooch off.
We were with Kevin when he got recognized, didn't we? I was around Kevin one time and like
Where was it at? I don't remember.
I forget what the situation was, but it was the night after he did a show. It wasn't
The show
it wasn't-
show?
Yeah, it wasn't
Yeah.
the Hive. It was the show. I know. I know. But we were walking by somebody and like they just as we were passing turned around and be like, "You were great last night," and Kevin's like, "Oh, thank you."
Are you sure it's talking about that the show?
It was that Tinder date.
Now, that's true. There's a lot about Kevin's life I don't know. I just assumed the show naively, so
Yeah.
it could be
Yeah.
totally off.
You naive son of a bitch.
Okay. Whoa.
Shall we do some scenes?
Yeah.
Sure.
I feel like
And
Hey, oh my god, like I can't believe like you brought me my salad and everything, and it's you.
yeah.
Like I have jeez, I don't have anything. Like, could you just like sign my receipt? Do you mind?
Oh yeah, sure. I don't have, babe. I don't have a pen.
Oh my god, you call me babe?
I call a lot of people babe.
Oh my god, this is like the best day of my life. Like,
oh my God, can you hurry up? I need to get my Duke City.
Shut up, okay? I'm busy.
Hurry.
Do you know who this is? Do you know who this is? This is Clark Grant.
Clark Grant, okay.
Clark Grant.
So
He was in the AutoZone commercial.
what?
That was me.
Oh, okay.
I know sometimes people only recognize me when I'm around tires and cars and not at an Olive Garden, but
I'd recognize you anywhere, Clark.
he's one of the good ones.
Whatever. Just can I hurry? Can we hurry up? Can you two hurry up this exchange here? So
Yeah,
I can-
let me just-
I'm so sorry about this.
No,
I'm so-
don't.
Oh my god. You're
There you
You're
go.
just as sweet as you are.
Excuse me,
in
what's
commercials.
taking so long to get a table? My family's here. We want to be seated.
No one cares about your family. Okay?
Whoa,
This
that
is
was
Clark-
really uncalled for, sir. What the?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Do you guys not recognize like what a rarity this moment is?
Some guy Clark.
Have you got? When was the last time you got your car serviced? Huh? When was it? Tell me.
I don't think I have to answer that question. I just want to sit down with my family.
Every
Some-
3,000 miles is a good benchmark.
You're so smart.
Yeah.
You're so smart, Clark. Oh my god.
You can't be too sure.
So like what do you have any free time? Like if you want to like hang out or go on a date, just whatever.
Hey, I have a lot of time. I have a garden. I have like a tomato garden that I go out into, and I smell the air.
Oh my
I look at the sky.
It's so zen.
I hear the trees. Have you ever heard a tree before?
Honestly, I'm too busy just like driving my car. And
I'm sorry, but this conversation is so moronic. I just want to get my pizza and get out of here.
My kids are hungry. Come on, kids, let's go to Payway.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm just like having a moment. This is just like I have posters of this man. Okay, just please understand that.
Okay.
It was one brochure. It kind of got
I blew it
circulated
up.
underground.
I cut you out of
Yeah.
it, and I pasted you onto a photo of me with your arms around me because like I cut
Really?
the tire out of your arms, and I
Yeah.
placed me within your arms. I'm really good at Photoshop, and I blew it up, and it's over my ceiling.
That's
Go
kind
to
of hot.
sleep.
Wow, I'm gonna get out of line too.
Clark, table 6 needs more. They need more pepperoncinis.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
Wait a second.
boss.
Who
I
is
get-
this? Are you like? You're gonna just like talk to Clark that way? Like, why don't
Well,
you
he's a-
take table 6 pepperoncinis?
Well, I'm the manager.
This is a god.
Hey, no, I'm just a simple man, trying to make my way the only way I know how. Doing simple jobs here and
You
there.
are so humble,
smelling
Clark.
trees.
I will be your bodyguard. Pulls out a knife.
Whoa,
You take the
whoa.
You take the pepperoncinis to table 6. You do it.
All right, sir. I don't want any trouble here. All right.
Move
I'm
along.
sorry, boss, but you heard the man.
Oh my
So-
God, is that Clark? He's in here,
whoa,
girls.
hey.
Let's get him.
No.
Oh, hey, whoa. One at a time. Babes. No, oh, my body. No, you're terrible.
I got a hunk of
terrible
it.
I need a piece too.
No.
Here's a hunk of hair for you.
Why am I getting off on this? This is terrible.
And scene. That's great. That's
Little
usually
short
how
little-
my yeah.
So that's a normal.
That's
day.
usually how I go
Okay.
through life.
Yeah.
That's why I'm wearing this sweater.
That whole line in front of Mark Marin was like that, just
it was
wanting
just
a
like
piece
that.
of
I
Phil.
was nude and skinless by the end of it. Skinless.
skin.
bone-
It all
Oh,
grew
Phil.
back.
It did. Luckily, that's why
My
I'm
favorite
darker.
Phil is a boneless Phil.
That's right.
I like boneless Phil.
Hey, we should have wrote that as an infomercial. God damn it. Boneless Phil. So that's a great segue, though, Tito. You know what? Positivity in our friends.
Okay.
I was like, earlier it would have been more organic because you were talking about how you feel you just don't want to invite that whatever perceived negativity or judgment, maybe self-perceived
onto me,
judgment
and
onto you from your
yeah,
family.
It was difficult to open up because I
Right.
couldn't even invite friends.
Right. Do you feel? I mean, it seems like you're getting over that now.
I am
I mean,
getting-
maybe not. I don't think with your family.
I am
but-
getting over that.
Yeah.
I am. Although, if you want me to be totally honest,
Yes, that's why we're here.
Finally,
You guys-
honesty.
Yeah, we've been waiting.
I feel fear
Mm-hmm.
when I go on stage.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like because you might know people, or
No, actually, because like
wait. Are we talking about improv or stand up?
I've been getting over it with stand up.
Okay.
But I went through a period and with I've been getting over it with stand up. I've been starting to kind of pull out of it with
Mhm.
improv, but I kind of recognized it because I would go to those C&M improv things,
Right.
which with a bunch of people that I didn't know, and
Yeah,
there
yeah.
I'd be like, oh,
City College.
gonna like
Yeah.
throw whatever into this scene and it'll be fun. We'll have a gay old time, like the Flintstones.
Real mature. Scott laughed at that.
It was
Gay.
he laughed at the Flintstones. reference.
Yeah. I love Fred.
They use their feet for everything.
What was it? Donatello. The stupid turtle. The one you were last week where you were like the hillbilly turtle. That
Oh,
never
that's right.
talked. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, we'll talk about that in a bit.
Anyways, just
all the
at that,
fans
then
know.
I would go to like rehearsal, like performances with the Hive. I feel different. I was like, oh, because I actually like respect all these people I'm improvising with,
Yeah.
and I care what they think. And so now I feel this like thing of like, I don't want
Pressure.
to like ruin the scene
Yeah,
or
yeah.
whatever. And that's like the wrong.
Yeah,
mindset to
definitely.
have.
Because then you ruin the scene by
Exactly.
thinking you're ruining the scene.
You're in
because
your own way.
Nobody knows.
So me and Wes actually got together this week, and we talked about that, and we did some scenes
Yeah.
that worked specifically on like being natural, getting out of that space. I
Yeah.
thought it was really helpful.
Yeah.
So, yes, that's my answer to your question. I forgot.
I forgot.
That's okay, but you were talking
Yeah.
positivity.
I was talking about positivity because, Scott, I don't know about you, but I am a pessimist. What are you? I feel like you're an optimist.
I try to.
Is he dead?
No, I.
Oh my god.
Let's eat his body.
And this is why I'm a pessimist.
Yeah.
No, I try to be, and I was like an obnoxious person growing up because I was,
Shawnee.
angry at the world for
Yeah,
whatever reason.
Teenage angst came
yeah,
out. You were a punk rocker. So
yeah, and
Is that you taking a shit?
he was mad
that's
at
what
the
punk
bowl.
rock
Yeah.
is. I don't know
There's
if you
nothing
knew,
more punk rock
but
than-
punk rock is constantly trying to take a shit
Okay.
on the
On
world.
society.
On the
There you go.
man.
Yeah. On
The man is always right here, and I'm just
The man has his chest
By the way,
exposed.
I just want to do a quick shout out to Shawnee68. Says, "Here's some positivity. Suck it, nerd."
Thank you.
I
don't know.
Thank you. Shut this down.
Yeah, you're gonna hear him walk into the other room,
Yeah.
or see him walk into the other room, and then hear a gunshot.
And we're gonna continue because Burnt needs to go on.
Yeah.
That's right.
So you
As
feel like
the
you're
smell
much
wafts.
more of a optimist now,
Definitely now.
Okay.
Yeah, and I still kind of dip my toes into pessimism. every
right?
once
I
in a
mean,
while.
yeah, you can't always be,
Yeah,
but
like,
I mean, like,
ooh,
it doesn't.
I
seem
remember
like-
you.
yeah,
know-
it's like a bad girlfriend that you just can't resist.
Ooh, it's like getting into depression, and it's like an old coat.
yeah,
that
yeah.
just
It's like,
fits
ooh,
so
this is
nice.
warm. I just want to lay down and watch Netflix.
I miss you, depression. Yeah.
Let's do it. You had a question, Tito? Or?
I just wanted.
So
I was just
comfortable.
curious, like that move from being very negative to being more positive. How big a jump happened? Where were you before you started improv, and like after improv, and all of this? I'm just curious if there was a big jump.
And
for that.
me personally,
And you personally,
um,
or were you already like on this positive
Kick.
vibe?
yeah. You're
might
right
as
in
well
that
try some
positivity.
improv. I think it helped a lot in finding like-minded people,
Right.
because beforehand, like I had friends.
Right.
Yeah,
But they weren't great friends.
They
Where
were.
are they, Scott?
They were-
Yeah.
They're
funny.
not here, Dylan, and I'll tell you
in
why.
This room. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because I had friends, and like I could make them laugh, and they would
Right.
make me laugh, and we had good times. But we couldn't be creative together,
Right.
and so I didn't have people in my life that I could be actively creative.
you could
with.
like
Right.
riff
So
with-
like
Yeah.
would they like kind of be the friends who would just like, oh, you want to write a sketch? Oh, that's so stupid. Or like, why would you waste your time?
Or they were
anything
like, yeah, that sounds
I've had
like a
friends
great
that.
idea, and then
That's it.
it wouldn't happen. Like I did a podcast with somebody.
Oh no.
Nobody in this room.
Oh. I thought it was the Nerd's Journey or whatever.
No. Who knows about that one?
Okay.
We did over 100 episodes.
Yeah. So and we
On
did
the other podcast.
Yes.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
It's like
Where were you? You didn't listen to damn one of them.
That has to be like every day, twice a day.
Always be podcasting.
Yeah.
That's
AP,
what my
APC.
vanity plate says.
Uh-huh.
But we could talk about stuff, but when
Right.
it came to like doing stuff to make it a little more creative, like we did one kind of semi-viral video, and it was a parody of "Do You Want to Build a Snowman" by from Frozen, but it was "Do You Want to Go to Blake's Man?" And I
that.
recorded
Yeah, yeah.
it and did the vocals and everything. I found like a karaoke track of
Nice.
the song.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
just did the vocals.
Do it legally.
And we got on like the news and like there was somebody.
In New Mexico?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. What? We're gonna have to look
it-
that up.
Yeah, it's on
New Mexico's
YouTube
a
still
big
somewhere.
city.
Yeah.
I heard
Tons
that,
of
Scott.
people.
Oh,
Yeah.
you did? Oh, nice.
Hard to
Yeah,
break
it's
through
on,
that wall.
Yeah.
It's on your SoundCloud, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah,
You got
exactly.
SoundCloud too?
Oh yeah.
I was like, this has like a huge number of views.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
my greatest hit.
He's one and done.
One and done. It's like never did
That
it
was
again.
his Chumbawamba song.
That's right.
I appreciate that only Scott got that joke.
But no, I got you.
Okay.
Streamhouse ABQ says, "Wait, like the big? Do you want to go to Blake's Man?" I don't know what that means. The one that's
It sounds like the only one, correct? Or
it was.
I remember that
kind
shiz.
of a-
Was this Orion?
Yeah, we did a we did a like a little music video around town, and we got like some traction, but we just let it fizzle. We didn't.
Yeah.
do
Wait,
anything
did you do
to-
like a local tour? Like,
Oh,
you went
yeah.
to every-
Well,
We went to
it's
all the
every Barnes
Blakes.
and
yeah, we went to all the Blakes. It took forever.
yeah. Signed all the.
we have a lot
It's
of
a
freaking
Burgers.
locations.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Signed all the Whataburgers from It's a Burgers.
yeah.
Listen, we're not going to pay you, but we're going to pay you in burgers.
Done.
Fuck yeah, I would do that.
But it wasn't that creative spark that I found from people like y'all,
From viewers like you.
Yeah, and it was really great as far as like pessimism, optimism.
So
it was very freeing to finally find like-minded people,
Right.
that wouldn't.
It felt like they brought out more of the positivity and creativity in you as opposed to these other.
So you were kind of looking for people like, and I'm under the same boat too, like that are like not only creative in similar ways, but also like willing
Driven.
to do something about it.
Yeah.
Yes,
too.
yeah, people that aren't going to let time fester.
Yeah.
and like
Let
let's do a
enough time
podcast. Yeah, sounds like a good idea.
Yeah. It's like, do you want to do that? Oh yeah. Are we gonna do that this week?
Oh
Or-
yeah.
Hey, family. Instead of making spaghetti tonight, I just brought home some Blakes. I hope everyone's okay with that. I know we were planning on spaghetti Thursday, but tonight I just got some Blakes because Mama doesn't want to cook.
Mom, I understand. Like, you know what? I'm reading Eckhart Tolle. Like, sometimes you gotta take a break. You work really hard, Mom.
Yeah, Mom.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You know,
Thank
you're
kiddos.
Backbone of this family.
You
Yeah.
really are. Ever since
Thank
Dad
you, Tony.
died, you've really been taking care of us. And
Well.
you know, I just want you to know, I fluffed up your Tempur-Pedic mattress for you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Maurice.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Oh,
no
and
pickles,
go.
just like I
thank
like it.
I just
Thank
got the double stack with the bacon
you. Oh,
for everyone, so I
You know,
just hope
like-
that's okay.
I mean, I understand. You forgot that I've been trying to be a vegetarian for the past 3 months, but you know, you've been working really hard, and I'll eat it, Mom. Thank you.
Okay, well, I said green chili in all of them, so there's veggies for you.
you know, Mom, you're so great. I really like that you remember things about old Goliath and I went Goliath, I'm sorry. And you know what? I restocked the fridge alphabetically, like you like it.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, that's right. Coke's in the C section.
That's so nice. You know, I'm just gonna go brush my teeth and then just slump down on my bed. Okay.
Oh, you know, I got your toothbrush all ready for you. I know how you like to
Oh,
brush your teeth
did
before you take a
Oh,
nap.
you know what? I forgot to take out the trash this morning. I just totally it fell out of the trash can all over the kitchen floor.
Oh yeah,
and
no,
I just didn't take it out.
no
So
problem. Goliathan.
Yeah. You. I'm
You
sorry.
know,
I just got really
tired.
sad for a second. Like, did you want to use my toothbrush? I don't understand.
well,
What?
it's just Mom's really tired, and I don't have enough energy to take out the trash.
Yeah. I can do it. I mean,
Thank you,
I'm
Goliath.
still getting.
Thank you.
Life and just do
I
it.
have a weak immune system.
Little Timmy,
Yeah.
you can take out the trash.
I'll
Mom's
do it. I'll
tired.
do it.
Mom's
Mom,
very tired.
Mom, you're wonderful. I'll do it for you. I just.
You know, I forgot to tell you kids, but when I was pulling out of the driveway this morning, I hit Samson the dog,
Oh.
and so his body's just out there, and I didn't bury it or anything. So if
Well,
someone could-
Goliathan, that was your treasured pet. I think maybe you should be the one to bury him. I mean, no better way to get over the blues, am I right?
thank you, Goliath. Then
You'll get closure.
Good, Tiny Tim.
Yeah, Mom was just too tired to get out of the car and unhook his legs from underneath from the tires. So his dog corpse is
Dragged
littered.
across the yard.
Yeah.
I see it.
Yes. So Mom was gonna go to sleep. I might just take off my makeup, but probably not because I'm tired.
No problem. I'll take it off while you're sleeping, Mom.
Thank you, Maurice.
And we're out of sponges, so I'll just use my hands.
That's okay. Well, yeah, Mom forgot to go grocery shopping because
No
she's
problem.
tired.
The dog's still alive.
What?
It's still. It's still alive. I don't know if it's
Don't
gonna
worry,
make it
Mom.
to-
I'll take care of that for you.
Thank you. Just make it quick.
Brah, brah.
Oh,
shit. So Dylan,
I like how we
See, I
tried-
told you that's
I tried
my
to
thing.
Make a positive,
Yeah, yeah.
And we still
Oh,
have-
yeah.
we
Pessimism.
put the dog down.
Yay!
It's
That's
so
the
easy.
theme.
Kills improv dogs.
I know that's always a go-to, and I feel like it never goes over well. Dead
What,
dogs.
killing?
Yeah, killing mainly dogs never goes over well.
I mean, I remember when you guys did a scene where you guys were going to blow up a baby with a stick of dynamite.
That got laughs.
It was really great. It was like
You'd
that-
be
that-
surprised.
If it was a
that is
baby,
the
if it was a
definition
puppy,
of a bold move.
yes, that one was pretty good. With the mayor and the madam, the mayor and assistant upstairs. Dylan,
Every show.
What's up?
you're very quiet today.
Yeah.
May I ask you, what's wrong? Let's
It's
talk.
all
Fuck these guys.
All this
here.
pessimism.
All this pessimism?
running around.
It's all me, really, but
You're the
Mostly-
I'm
king of
mostly,
pessimism.
I am
over
the
there.
king pessimist. That's why I'm in the center, because I want you guys to all be sucked into my negative
Yeah.
energy.
We call you King P behind your
It's
back.
true, King P.
King P. King of the P.
King PP.
Yeah.
Well, at least I'm the king.
You're the king of the PP.
The goddamn king. What are you doing over there?
Dude,
was trying to adjust.
You understand that?
it's not burnt bagel time.
Oh my god.
We take the mics
We're
off.
gonna
Yeah,
go
no,
ahead
you
and,
leave the mics in the.
We'll talk to Dylan here. So Dylan,
Yes.
I know you've been struggling with some. You're one of the most positive. In fact, you are probably the most positive person I've ever met.
That can't be true.
What?
I think so, and I know Wes, and Wes is pretty goddamn positive.
Wes is pretty damn positive.
He is, and I know Tito too,
After
because
that
even I don't know if I should say this, but I'll keep it very vague. But we had auditions for the Hive, and one person auditioned who I know for a matter of fact would not have made it into the group.
Yeah, I know.
Because
No
you
matter
guys all
whether-
know.
I think we all
no
know.
matter what it was, there's no way we would let him in, or I would even let him in. And ironically enough, the person he has the biggest problem with is Tito, and the one person I feel like who would only have his back is Tito.
Tito, yeah.
Huh?
Tito's pretty positive, but I say you're one of the most positive people I've ever met, because it just seems like no matter what happens, you're like, oh, no worries, we'll make it work.
Yeah, a lot of that is like facade.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. No
Yeah.
worries.
Like, no,
It's
but
a-
at least you
I
project it. Yeah, I
totally
mean,
get that.
It's a
Yeah.
thin candy shell.
yeah.
Well, let's see. Like,
I didn't get that.
it's there's also like that kind of fake it till you make it
Yeah.
concept
Mentality.
too,
Yeah, yeah.
right? Like the mentality of like, yeah, if I could like kind of push through this, then I'll probably be okay.
You'll
or
get
like,
through the
yeah, I don't.
But
don't,
at least
I don't
you
think
keep
I-
like going through it, because like I
Yeah.
can tell you my candy coating shell needs to be rebuilt after
Well,
have to go to the
Oh, dude,
factory.
Phil,
I need to get
Phil
redone
has like
now.
a habit of like, this is all gonna fall apart. I'm gonna blow it up. Phil, just like calm down.
Yeah, and then I'll go
There's
away
nothing
for like a week or so, re-get my footing, and then I'll be back with my candy
Namaste,
coating.
everyone.
Well, I
Yes,
think where like
exactly.
you and I
Uh-huh.
align, and maybe even Jessica, like
besides the hair.
or and maybe
And the
all
beard.
maybe all of us. I
Yeah,
guess
yeah.
if I really think about it, but like we're all like pretty honest and
Yeah.
open and like kind of hearts on sleeves,
Yeah.
and that's like one of my favorite like kind of attributes of all of this,
Yeah.
or you guys, or
Yes.
like the group, or
agree.
maybe improvisers. I don't know what it is,
Yeah, yeah.
but there's something there.
Like you
that
just feel like you can relate to us or trust
relate
us,
and talk
or
openly,
Uh-huh.
and trust is another
Yeah.
part of that too. And like you were talking about, like outside of the creativity, all those things I feel like are kind of part B, C, and D of
Yeah.
all of that. And so where am I getting at? Like, yeah, even though like again, it's a thin veil. Like
Right.
I try to be positive,
Right.
or at least show that it's positive, but I'm honest about it when I'm
Yeah, yeah.
not, or when I'm feeling like this or that.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
It's
you,
like, come on,
like
guys.
you two are
Yeah, yeah.
definitely like really good at like, how are you doing? Like,
Mm-hmm.
like you guys always make that extra effort or step. And that's that's always nice.
Was that
'cause,
me
like,
or Wes?
that's you two.
Me and
Tito and Phil. Yeah.
So
okay.
not Wes or
not
Scott.
not me.
No,
Okay.
no.
So fuck
No.
these guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, give it up. Feel it.
Wait a minute.
Zoom in, Zach.
Zoom in on this.
He's like the sweetest person in the world.
Not to exclude these guys or to say that they're bad people or
No,
or
yeah,
anything.
no.
No, I am
But you
bad.
guys,
totally
but you
get what
guys
you said,
very
yeah.
overtly say, "How are you doing?"
Yeah, yeah.
In such a way that it's
Yeah,
like,
we actually, you and I had a kind of a nice conversation. Just like, is everything cool?
yeah, is
and everything good?
cool?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you, like I don't know. Maybe you guys sense it more. Or I don't know.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
No, fuck you. It's
Okay.
over.
Yeah, it's too late. God damn it,
Too
Scott.
Yeah.
Lose our
Wrong
numbers.
time. I get it.
Great comedic timing.
I'll ask
Scott.
it when we're tearing down.
Yeah. It's just like as he's getting his coat and leaving the door. Oh, hey, Dill, you doing okay?
You
oh,
good?
I'm double parked. Yeah.
No. It's more like a Mark Maron thing. Like, we good?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you
So
mad
it's
at
just
me?
fun, yeah.
Okay, then that's all
I
I
totally
care
had
about.
those like
Well, a lot of it's,
relationship
like,
type things.
I don't know. I feel like like we're all so like preoccupied with our day and our time and what
Of
we're
course,
doing.
yeah.
And then like sometimes it's like difficult, even though we're going through it the whole time.
Yeah.
Like just like to sit and reflect or to like appreciate.
Yeah.
Even if like you're not having a good time. Like,
Yeah.
Like appreciate that you're not. If that makes any sense, or at least.
Yeah,
at
I
least
know what
be-
you mean.
be-
Like
be
like
honest
putting
about
in
it.
the work sometimes. Yeah, it's like frustrating, and even though it's like I'm fucking sitting here talking with some of my best friends,
Right,
Just
yeah.
bullshitting in front of people who may or may not be paying attention.
Right.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? It's fun. People are we're at least laughing, and we're getting some like practice with improv. So
Yeah.
I mean, like, sometimes I need to like remind myself. It's like practice wasn't bad. I may be struggling with something, but that's good because it's growing. I need to just keep refreshing that in my head because that's been one of my problems lately. Of just like, I feel like I've hit this hump. Because I've been doing it for almost like 5 years now, and like little bumps in the road that I shouldn't be hitting. I feel like I'm
those
hitting
happen
again, but like harder.
more.
Yeah,
It's
Like, more
got to be
frequently.
more difficult. If you guys could, if this is possible, think about the time before you were creative. Even though you're probably always creative, but at least
Yeah.
like masters
not
at what
actively.
you do now.
Yeah,
Ooh, that's a strong word, but thank you.
Like doing something about it. Like,
Yeah.
Before you did something about it,
Right.
Yeah.
like,
I was insufferable
really?
because I had no creative outlet.
right.
You know, I would be that guy who you'd have a conversation with, and I would need to find the joke because
Right.
I needed to validate my existence through making you laugh through
Yeah.
humor.
Right,
if
right.
you're not laughing, then like, why am I here?
Yeah.
And so it would. Conversation could go well sometimes, but like inevitably, I would try and make a very quick joke that would
Right.
just like fall flat,
Yeah.
and it's exhausting.
And then
now,
that's it. Yeah.
But
I
isn't
don't
it like
have that need anymore?
But wasn't
Yeah.
I
that
have
like
it.
also like less stress on your back because you're like, if it doesn't hit, it doesn't hit. Whereas like on stage, if it doesn't hit, then it just does it not affect
because
you
if
more?
it didn't hit, because I didn't have an outlet, and so like it needed to hit more. Like
Yeah.
now, I know that I'm funny.
Yeah.
Am I the funniest person? No.
Sure.
I'm not even
But
gonna
you
say
have
I'm
some
great at what I do,
validation.
but like
Right.
I'm not
Yeah.
bad at what I do.
Yeah. Like I definitely don't feel bad if a joke falls flat on stage.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like it is weird because I definitely don't feel pressure as much like when I was younger too. Of like
Yeah.
I gotta be funny and this and that.
Well, you let
Yeah.
those things roll off your back.
Yeah,
the more
and like
you
I
do
feel
it.
like as I've gotten older and doing it on stage and stuff like that, sometimes I have to remind myself not to be on. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
like every now and then I'll be like hanging out with like family and friends, and it's like, oh, look at this, I'm doing improv in front of your faces, and then I'm like burn myself
I will
out.
tell you probably my favorite thing about myself that's very trying to be positive is I
Do
feel
it.
like I know how to turn it off.
Yeah.
Because I do stand up as well, and like
You need
one
to
of the most
turn it off.
exhausting things is talking to a bunch of people who don't know how to turn it off.
Yeah.
Like, can we just hang out
Yeah.
and hang out?
Right,
Yeah.
right. The funnies will come naturally. So
It's-
just
Yeah.
relax,
It's weird
relax
when I
about
think
it.
about it now. It's like I feel like I turn it off when like we're talking and stuff. I can turn it off in front of you guys. Like I can turn it off in front of people, but when it's like behind, I feel like when I'm at home, I feel like I have a hard time turning it off in my
It
head.
might
Maybe
be-
this is like totally a different thing.
It
I
could
can't turn
be
off
the
my
fact that like you're used
head.
to having it turned on.
Yeah.
And knowing when it should be turned on. Which
Yeah,
is
that's
on
true.
stage.
Yeah.
Or
It's like I'm
or
not
whatever.
Tito. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna waste my jokes with you. I'm gonna wait till we're on stage and make
Right.
jokes.
And then I crumble a little inside, but I get it.
It's
Yeah.
true. He knows the drill.
Yeah,
He knows the joke.
because you have
He knows
both
the truth.
sides of that. Whereas with your family, you only have one side.
Yeah, it's like I get to see him every now and then. It's like, oh, I better make sure this is memorable.
Better leave a mark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Better
That-
smack them all.
That was something I realized about, as you grow older
Yeah.
and you're somewhat deemed the funny person in a
Right.
group of friends or whatever. Part of being funny is knowing when to let other people be funny.
Yeah.
That's true. Yes.
Like,
yeah.
It's very important.
To
Yes, yes.
pass the ball. That's a better way of looking at it than
Yeah.
my ball.
Yeah.
You're not. You're the clever in business one. I'm the clever in words one.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, like
You stick with your shit, I'll stick with mine.
let other people be funny.
Yeah, yeah.
Have you guys had that experience of being in a conversation with people and you can see the rhythm of the whole conversation and you can direct the flow
Yes.
of that rhythm?
Yeah.
Yes, I have. At
It's
work.
an incredible
yeah,
feeling.
it's interesting, yeah.
Because like it's like a kindness, like you're gonna like shift it over to somebody else and make them
Yeah.
feel good.
Yeah, I've definitely had that at work when I've been talking with like other associates, and it's like, oh, you guys, this is improv 101 happening right here. But yeah, I just feel like a bit like almost like a symphony. It's like I know, exactly. It's like I know exactly what joke to make that's
Pull
gonna get
the
this side to
string.
laugh, and then they're gonna
Yeah,
get
and-
going on whatever their
And then
topic
this
is.
person will say something, and you will tag it in a way that
Yeah.
makes them feel good about what they say.
Yeah, yeah.
You and I have talked about this where like I'm assuming we've all done this. I don't know, maybe potentially with an exception of Wes, because you are very good at hanging back and then just landing a fucking missile of a joke wherever you want. Like it doesn't matter.
Like a scud.
Yeah, when you guys just said that, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, really?
Yeah, see, exactly.
Yeah.
Again,
That's
with,
fine.
with an
That's
exception,
fine.
with the exception of Wes, is that like maybe we were all the rest. When we grew up, that was. We were the conductors of that. That's my assumption.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
and what comedy communities bring about is bringing those masters of comedy from all those friends group into this like one space. Right?
Yeah.
And now,
Trying to get them all to mesh.
now
together.
you're all trying to corral and mesh it and see if it actually works.
Yeah. Wes, you've been very quiet for all of this. Do you have any of the? Do you
Nice-
feel
nice
anything?
way of conducting.
How are you doing, Wes? How are you
Shut up,
doing?
Scott. It's too late.
Okay.
Too late.
God damn it, Scott!
I'm
you are
good.
Not on.
I'll just leave it at that.
The best part is that like.
Well, I mean, do you feel you're a pretty positive person? You're
Yeah,
one
I
of the
try to
most
be.
positive
I try to be an
individuals.
optimist in terms of sort of a broad humanistic view of things. Like we're gonna make it as
Yeah, yeah.
humans on this
Human
planet.
beings are gonna
We're
be
gonna
around
make
forever.
it.
Yeah,
Then I think I'm a
what that means,
pessimist
but-
because I don't.
I do feel that way though. I honestly do think
It's like,
humans
yeah,
will
there's
make
problems,
it somehow.
but we'll make it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some bumps in the road, but we'll get over it. You know.
Do you think
That's
it's just
what
your
I'd like to think.
sunny outlook on life, or?
Huh?
Is it your sunny outlook on life? Do you think it is, or do you feel like? Do you need to make? You made this conscious effort to be very positive about that because you think this is what the world needs. It needs more positivity.
What the world needs now. is
Yes.
love.
Yes.
Anyway, Phil and West show coming up.
More
Never too late to
dynamic
plug it.
conversations.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
We'll just jump into a scene.
Shipyard.
Shipyard is the suggestion of this next scene.
What a day.
Damn dandy of a
What a
day.
damn day.
The sun won't stop beating.
The sun is just beating us down.
Making all this fish smell extra fishy. My fish.
My skin tastes like salt.
Salty skin.
This cut won't stop bleeding.
Oh, blood everywhere.
Stink, stink.
Blood and tears.
We cut to the break room.
Take off my boots.
Boots.
Take off my pants.
Nobody made coffee.
Does anybody want to trade my mayo sandwich for something?
I got a tuna fish sandwich without mayonnaise.
I'll trade you.
I got a cheese block. If anybody wants it.
Yeah, I'll
I
trade you
got
for mine.
a mayonnaise sandwich. I'll trade.
It's Sargento's cheddar.
Can I actually want a piece? I'll give you some of my Go-Gurt.
I'll trade you the entire cheese block for your Go-Gurt.
Did I hear Go-Gurt?
Yep, I got some Go-Gurt.
How do you like cans of tomatoes?
I love Kansas tomatoes. I'll trade you.
It's real good. All right. Does anybody want to trade me my tuna fish sandwich?
I'll trade you. I got another tuna fish sandwich, but without mayo.
Does
Wait,
anybody
does
have a
this one
can opener?
We cut to the we cut to the bar after work.
Heineken. Delicious.
Sun today.
Oh, we were just being down. I feel kind of bloated. I got all these bubbles in me.
No.
Pilates.
Gaining a lot of weight recently.
No, you look good.
You do look good.
You look real good.
Matter
You've
of
been
fact, I
working
got
out.
you a gift.
I can tell you've been
What?
working out.
I got you some new suspenders.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Look at him. Try it on,
They
Blake.
got little fishes on them.
I love that because we work with fish.
I know that.
That's so clever. Does anyone want to trade a menthol cigarette for a Marlboro?
I got a Marlboro.
Oh,
Right
I'll
here.
trade you a menthol for a Marlboro.
I got them Native Americans.
I'll trade you one.
I got those Native American.
I got one with the Indian.
What are those called?
American spirits.
American spirit.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
guys, like when I was in my smoking phase, which I'm almost out
which
of,
is Twitch. Yeah,
but still in the
teetering.
middle of
Dipping your
a little bit.
toes.
I love American spirits.
He's
I
bloated
think
from the
they're
soy latte.
Rest in
bloated from the
peace.
soy latte.
Tuna
I would
fish.
smoke American spirits.
The
And
Native
so-
American ones.
Yeah, and every single time I would go into like the gas station and it would be a native woman behind the counter. I'd be like, "Could I have the Native American spirits, please?" Oh! Every time.
I think they're just called American spirits, not Native Americans.
I know they're not, but I couldn't help it because there's a picture of a Native
I
American.
know,
and
yeah,
it's
yeah,
called
yeah,
American.
yeah.
And like the next time I'd be like, I'm not gonna say it, Native American spirits, please. Fuck.
They're like, this is the whitest motherfucker in this fucking county right now.
Just hottie. Just hottie.
Can I get an engine?
Can I get that
Some engine
dra-
sticks.
Engine
I was gonna go for the more gentler racist joke by like, can I have the red pack?
Red back, yeah.
The Indian.
Oh, you gentle racist, you.
Thank you. Phil. That's a sketch we should write.
gentle racist.
Phil, the gentle racist.
This episode of The Gentle Racist.
I feel like.
Hold on,
you,
hold on.
yeah,
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay, this episode.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
this episode.
On
this episode
of the Gentle Racist.
Excuse me, are you African American gentleman gonna, get a job?
Excuse me?
That's overt.
That's not gentle at all.
Called overt.
Oh,
You're
not
Hey, can we write that down? I think that might be a really good.
Oh, no, I think
The Gentle Racist.
on the next episode of the Gentle Racist.
Can I have the Native American spirit cigarettes?
What color do you want?
Red. The Gentle Racist.
Is there any other color?
On the next episode of the Gentle Racist.
Are you Swedish fellas gonna stop making those fish?
That's what we do.
The Gentle Racist.
It's like fireworks.
Fireworks.
All right.
Where are we on time?
We got 5-10 minutes.
5 or 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Why don't we just do some rapid fire scenes?
Let's just see
Exit
what
out.
happens.
Sure.
So we're gonna end on is also saying be more positive, America.
Yeah.
Don't be racist.
The guy with
And-
the hat works at Cold Stone Creamery. He likes to dip his fingers in the peanut butter ice cream. That's me.
You do that?
No, that's what Shawnee68 says.
Shawnee.
Thank you, Shawnee.
Shawnee.
Hey, Shawnee,
68.
give us a word. Give us a word that we're gonna
Yeah.
do improv off.
We
of.
gotta wait
Shawnee.
20 seconds.
Add one more number to your name, and then we could have a conversation.
Ooh.
Oh, I was like, that's not him. That's Zach.
Wrong one.
I don't know.
Now
And
it's very quick.
No, we're
nobody
just
say
waiting.
anything until we
nobody
get
say
that
anything.
fucking word.
Give us a fucking word, Shawnee.
I have a list of
Dip
positive
my
things I'm
fingers in
trying
your
to
peanut
do
butter.
from now.
Such as?
A list of
Such
positive
as
things.
a list of.
I'm looking for the word.
Wait,
Oh,
Pokemon.
Pokemon.
We'll go with
Pokemon.
Pokemon.
Okay.
fucking nerds.
pickle sore.
Cheese-a-blocka. Cheese-a-blocka.
Menthol cigarette.
Menthol cigarette.
Jerry, may I have a word with you? These Pokemon are terrible. I'm sorry, but they're just, you didn't catch any of the real, like the animal ones. You're just catching all these obscured ones. They're not even in the main 200
Yeah,
list.
but I know, but like they're easier to catch. Picklesaur, I've just found him on the side of the road.
Yeah, but his eyes are twitching.
I think it was run over, but that's fine. It's okay. He still says pickle.
Look, Gary,
Sorry.
I've been talking with Professor Redwood, and we are going to.
You mean native redwood? Is that?
Well, he just goes by Redwood, but
Natives understood.
he's got that. But I totally forgot what I was going to say.
you were talking to native.
Oh yeah, I was
redwood.
talking to him, and he was saying that I think we're gonna have to strip you of all your badges. I mean, you went to all the like bootleg trainers,
I
the bootleg
earned-
gyms.
I earned this badge.
I'm sorry, but
from-
the Blake Slaughterburger gym, you just go in and you order a number 2,
I know, but
and you get the badge.
I
mean,
sang the song.
I know. You can
I
sing it
say-
again if you'd like.
I will.
Do you want to go to Blake's Man?
Pretty much how it went.
Yeah, it's
That's
just.
how I want it.
And I'm sorry, it's just so lame.
Wait, I want to give it another shot, like another cut to.
Look, another cut to. Okay, just call up the.
want to go to Blake's Man?
Okay, we're cutting back right now because we need to stay on track. We're stripping you of all your badges. Okay, and look at this gym right here. I mean, you just went to some guy named Pheasant's house. Who's
Yeah,
Pheasant?
Pheasant is that's my grandmother's cousin's second son.
Yeah, he's not a registered. He's not affiliated with all these other gyms. I mean,
Doesn't-
like the
he's
water
still, like,
gym,
he's still-
the Barrett mat, or the
I still had to fight
You
his.
want me to strip him now, boss?
Oh, here's Ashley.
Hey, I'm here to take your badges.
Look, this is a real Poke Trainer. If you want to see, look at all his.
Grab,
Oh,
rip,
Oh no, not my badges! No, I
Grab,
earned these.
rip.
Oh my god, not my skin!
grab, rip.
Oh my god, my eyes!
I'm sorry, I went two layers too far. Here
My
you go.
eyes! No!
that was rapid fire.
Rapid fire.
That was one.
Improv.
Oh boy. That was
That was
amazing.
good.
That
So
was
everybody,
amazing.
Tito, we're gonna
I
end
thought
on
we were-
what
okay,
is
I was
your?
trying to do the scene.
Oh, you were. I'm sorry. That was a great initiation. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I think the magic's over.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Let's not.
The gentle races.
If it's over.
On the next episode of the Gentle
I feel like the people I'm discriminated against are much more racist than my character is. Because what was that black voice that you guys were doing
When?
What?
just a moment
What?
ago?
I would never do.
I would never do.
Okay, I see
no
what's
goddamn
going on
back
here.
What's going
I see what's
Oh,
going on
hey,
here.
Shawnee68, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Says,
Oh,
have
yeah.
fun, guys. We do this every single Wednesday.
Keep
and
coming
we
back.
Also do shit every single day.
That's right.
true.
Keep
Stay
coming
tuned to
back.
It's weird because we're
colorcircuits.com.
looking through the screen, and it's hard to imagine that there's like other stuff in the scene. You guys ever think about that when you're watching stuff?
Yeah, this
No.
is the world.
Yeah, this is the world.
And we're trapped, so you need to call the box police.
Do you mean
We're getting on
the
that.
doctor?
No.
Doctor Who?
Who's that?
He travels in a box.
Exactly.
Who's on first? Who?
A box called the TARDIS.
Who?
Doctor Who.
Who?
Doctor Who.
Who?
The Doctor.
Who?
The doctor's on
Who
first.
is the
box.
Doctor?
Yes, give away the bet. Uh-huh.
Who is the Doctor?
Who?
The Doctor.
Who?
Okay, thank
Exactly.
you guys for joining us.
For more classic comedy, keep it here on
That's right. We're
twitch.tv
gonna
slash
be-
Callous Second Life.
We're gonna be right back with Burn Bagel, where
Oh,
we're
he'll be
just gonna
back
do
too.
some genuine
Yeah.
nonsense.
Or she.
Or she. And make sure you
Shoney.
check out The Hive, which is on. Where are we?
Boy,
we're
your
at the
energy's
box.
really popping right now.
That's right. That merit badge scene, boy, howdy. That that Pokemon scene was great. Anyway,
menthol
stay
cigarette.
tuned. We're going blank.
You can pause it. There you go. like the first or second episode of South Park where what is it?
Come on, Timmy.
Living a lie.
Well,
that wasn't the second
It's
episode.
Big Timmy though. It's like Timmy with big head. You guys remember?
Fake Timmy?
Big Timmy. He's got like a huge head, and he was made at the top of a mountain by a scientist.
Oh, that was like first season stuff.
Yeah, very early.
Yeah.
Oh, we've been open. We've been up.
Are we back?
Are we up?
Hey,
Oh,
everyone.
hey!
What's up? Oh wait, hold on. We have to do
on?
our classic intro.
Are we on? Cool. Okay.
Are we on right now?
Are we? I don't even know. Right? It's kind of like, hey, where are your pants, Tito?
They're in my mouth.
Oh no, Scott! What happened to your face?
I put it away.
Oh,
I don't want it anymore.
Dylan, are you here? Hello, Dr. Culling Dylan.
Not in reality.
Oh.
This is the Matrix.
Phil, what happened to your soul?
Oh, it's right over here. Oh.
I am Phil.
So wacky like that? Is that what you want?
There's
Just
some wacky
wackier.
improv. We're back
Just
to burnt.
wackier.
It's called Burnt Bagel, where we just talk about shiz and our days even more. We're gonna get even deeper because we got a request from
Burnt
the
Bagel
producer.
is we play Improv Bagel starting now, and then we just do commentary over it.
It's true. Yeah, we
Burnt
just.
Bagel.
It's like, what is it? Aftermarket theater, or what's the one you do?
Aftermarket theater. That's
Yeah.
what we do.
Aftermarket. No.
He
wait.
doesn't
Down
name
in-
things for
down
color.
in front.
So
down in
down
front.
in front should have been named color commentary, right?
No.
Oh my god.
No,
Wait.
because then
It
you're
could
just
be
like
taken
2
raw.
letters away from it being colored commentary.
Uh-huh.
Colored commentary.
Which is
Gentle
like,
racist.
which is
The gentle racers.
that's me.
We're all a little
I
gentle.
liked country. The gentle race.
The gentle racers. Oh, trucks.
Trucks.
Tonka
Trucks and trumps.
I like the idea of country people
Tonka
really being into
trumps.
Tonka trucks.
Micro machines.
My gosh, I remember those things. I haven't played with the Matchbox car or Micro Machine in forever. Did you ever play with cars, Tito? Were you a
Not
car
that
guy?
much, no.
Did you guys ever like? I never once like sat and imagined things happening on a table like with characters. I never did this.
I would
thing,
do it during the
Really?
bathtub.
You
Like
did?
I would sit in the bathtub. I have like I'd have like very old Power Rangers. I don't know where I got them from, and some would be like missing arms. I'd just be like,
The paint's chipping off, and you're just still
Yeah.
using them. Yeah. I remember having action figures, but not like playing with, not like, because the commercials were awesome. Like they played G.I. Joe like in the woods.
Like
And-
nobody's business.
Yeah, like nobody's business, and they had like pools of water, and they're like shooting them into, they were,
yeah,
like
yeah.
making these elaborate things, and I just didn't use my
Dioramas.
imagination that way to like play with action figures like that.
Yeah.
But I had them. I didn't do much with
I don't know
them.
if I ever remember doing anything like that. I mean, I do remember building like little, play sets or whatever.
Sure. You know what
Um,
I really miss is
what's that?
building little. Just use a transparent. Just go under logos, you'll find it.
God,
Don't do that.
damn it.
That's way too big.
That's what she said. Am I right? Classic.
Yeah.
Do
Hit it. Yeah.
do dual screens if you're gonna edit. By the way.
Miss them all.
You know what I do miss though
What's
is building like forts. With,
Oh, yeah.
with like the
Couch
with
cushions.
Yeah.
cushions and things like
That was
that was
fun.
really
Sheets.
fun.
I miss like taking like a bed sheet and we would like not staple it, but like plug it to
Just
the
a nail on the wall.
yeah, something like that. I remember like putting it like to like corner to corner or something.
Uh-huh.
We would like have like forts like that.
Yeah.
So Geek and Sundry just I don't know what they're doing, but like the last couple times that I've turned to their Twitch channel, they've been making forts and then just having like fort parties.
battles.
That's
or-
fun.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's actually kind of fun.
Like that
Sounds
episode
like-
of Community.
We got to
where-
rip off
yeah,
now.
that episode of Community. Oh,
That's so fucking good, yeah.
Yes.
Wes, did you ever play with toys when you were younger?
No, my parents had
Surprising.
me. They had me in a black box
Uh-huh.
where I just sat all day.
Was there a light like shining down? So it was like a shadow box, and you were like perched to the wall.
Did any light get in? Were
No,
you-
it's just an empty
Will we
box.
ever know Wes's true origin story?
No. My
Is
favorite
he
was
like Wilmer
toys?
Valderrama?
Yeah,
my
toys.
favorite was has been my
His
favorite
toy was a stick. I could do all sorts of things with this. Like, what was your top go-to toy?
Probably
Mine was Legos.
Yeah,
Yeah, me too.
Legos.
I love Legos. I used to build.
I
crazy
imagine
shit.
you playing with the stick, and you were still happier than all the rest of us.
That's all I
I think
need.
I
to-
played with the sticks too.
Yeah. I think we've all played with sticks.
Parks and
Imagine-
Rec.
Sticks and
There's an
Sticks.
episode where Patton Oswalt and Amy Poehler have to go back in time, and
What?
Uh,
This is Parks and Rec. They have to
Parks
go back
and
in
Rec.
time.
Yes, they have to go back in time, quote unquote, live in like a Victorian style home.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And Patton Oswalt's or Amy Poehler hates it because there's no shower, there's no electricity, blah blah blah, and it cuts to like Patton Oswalt playing with a hoop and stick, like wee, like in the field.
Yeah.
It's so good. I love
so
it.
great.
Yeah, yeah. He's awesome.
A hoop and a stick.
Hoop
Like,
and stick. What a game.
just push it down the lane
Yeah.
with your hoop and your stick.
It's like
My-
stickball.
My favorite, my toy was the world. I would climb a lot of stuff, so it'd be like trees and buildings and stuff.
Yeah, me
like
too.
Huck Finn.
Anything of what is it?
Anything I could get my hand
Vertical.
around.
Yeah.
My
Throat.
my childhood
joint.
friend Emilio. I've known him since I was 1.
Hey, Emilio.
He
Emilio.
our parents were
Estevez.
shopping for playgrounds like set
The
for
little
like,
jungle gyms or
backyard, the
whatever.
little
Oh,
jungle
yeah,
gym
yeah,
that you
yeah.
get for your backyard with a little slide and a
Yeah.
swing or something. And I remember being at the place where that sold it, and they're all set up and modeled, right? So him and I were like playing on one, and he's like, "I gotta go."
That
to
was
the-"
the day Amelia died.
basically.
In a Toys
He's like, I
R
gotta
Dead
go
to
to
me.
the restroom. I'm like, okay, then go. And I shoved him off of the second story of the thing.
Yeah.
And he's just like falls
Free
like
falling.
face first, and
Jesus.
and he's bleeding, and he gets up and he's bleeding. He's got a rock stuck in the middle of his forehead.
Wow.
So I gave him that scar. Speaking of, I have a scar right here too.
That he gave you back.
And
The same day.
my brother,
At equal time.
my brother
With the
put a
same rock.
pillow in the hallway, and
Uh-huh.
I ran towards him, and I slipped, and I hit the corner of a wall.
Jeez. That
Yeah.
sounds terrible.
Pretty crazy. I was very
Dumb.
violent, but always accidentally,
Violent,
or
but
like I didn't know my own strength.
Yeah, I mean,
or-
that seems like normal little kid stuff. I remember one time my mom used to work at a daycare center, and like all the kids, she would always take us there, and we'd play with all the kids that came there to the gym. And I remember like I learned this trick to use like a lead pencil. I don't know if you guys know. If you press the button down,
Oh,
the
yeah.
lead
Yeah,
goes
yeah,
back
yeah.
in, so you'd kind of
Yeah.
like
It looked
fool
like-
people. Yeah, like
Injection.
I'm
Yeah.
injecting myself. I have diabetes.
I'm doing heroin.
Diabetes.
I have diabetes.
Let's play type 2.
Yeah, so I was showing a kid how to do that. Like I was trying to teach him that trick, but he was younger than me. He was maybe a little bit younger.
The mechanics of it.
No, and I've never revealed this to anybody. So, hey, Mom, I hope you're listening to this. But so like I was trying to do it. He
Don't
was, like,
fall off the
He was
treadmill.
like freaking up. Yeah, stay still on that bike. Just stop pedaling for a minute. And he was like, so he like got scared and was freaking out because I was like trying to show him that. It's like, okay, I'm sorry. I put a little dot on him with the lead or whatever. It's like, I'll erase it. I'm just kidding. And I turned it around, and he was like wiggling to try and get out,
no.
and it like stabbed him in the eye. But I think it went in the side of his eye, and it was like, and I just remember pulling it out and be like, okay, let's not talk about that again.
Wait,
Until
I stabbed a kid in the eye with
like an actual eyeball, or
Yes, it didn't go in the eyeball. It went like to the side
to
of
the
it.
side. Like
Oh.
it's a
I-
1 in a million
Around.
shot.
Yeah,
I
seriously.
know I've
So-
talked about this on one of the podcasts on Color Circuit, but I used to sharpen.
I think he was fine, by the way.
I used to sharpen pencils under a desk. Like I would like spin it,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I would make it
Whittle.
really
Yeah.
whittle away. at it.
Whittling down.
Yeah.
Just like
And I was like under the desk.
What's Dylan doing? Whittling.
teachers at the board, like
My pencil's so
Yeah.
sharp right now.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, she covered
You were saying?
herself
Yeah.
with the little cardigan.
Yeah.
I knew some hot teachers, man.
Yeah.
Me too. Anyways,
We're
I would
derailing.
whittle,
Go
I would
ahead.
whittle
Yeah,
the
yeah,
pencil,
yeah.
and this particular pencil,
Uh-huh.
my friend Morgan, my friend.
I love how you drop names all the time. I love these
Emilio
guys. Yeah.
Morgan.
Morgan.
She let me borrow it, and I was like, "Here, I'm done with the pencil," and she was like, I don't know, 10 feet away, and we both leaned back, and I threw it at her. Yeah. And then it just flip, eyeball. Stabbed her
Nice.
directly in the eyeball.
Nice. Yeah,
all-
we both damaged eyes.
yeah.
Forgot.
All I remember is going,
yeah.
And then the next
What
moment,
do
I
we
was in the
do?
principal's office saying it was not on purpose. I swear.
Well,
I
did
swear.
that? So did she take it as?
She did not lose her eye.
But did she take it as like, oh, he did that on purpose?
Or like,
I think so.
oh,
You're
he
when
likes
you're
me.
in 4th grade.
Oh, okay, yeah.
he
That's
loves
how you
it.
show affection back then.
That's
You
how you show
stab
affection.
a
In the
girl
eye.
in the eye.
And then the same girl, Morgan,
Yeah.
in 7th grade, I used to play this like little trick game. I still do it. I don't do it anymore. But I'd spit gum out of my mouth and I'd kick it. I'd like try to like is a little like.
Oh, that's really fun.
Oh yeah.
It's
That sounds
really
great.
fun actually.
Uh-huh.
And so sometimes me and my friends would play like how far can you kick it? And so this time
Can you
after
kick it?
school, yeah,
Yes, I
can I
can.
kick it? And I kicked it. It was after school. Everybody just got out.
Right.
And I kicked it, and I see it fly up in the air, and it lands in Morgan's bun,
Oh,
right on the top of the bun, and she
Poor
doesn't
Morgan.
feel it.
oh
And,
no!
and she immediately gets into a car.
Buns
she was
don't
stepping,
feel pain.
She was
Yeah,
stepping
yeah.
into a car.
Wait. So I have a quick question. Was Morgan the same way that you stabbed him in the eye?
Same
Yeah.
Morgan. And the next day she comes to school with shorter hair.
Oh,
no!
That's
I never-
terrible.
I
And you
never
never
told
brought
her.
it up. That's
Nope.
so bad.
Nope.
This
Like,
poor girl
what,
probably is like,
Dylan?
why does he have it out for me? I thought we were
And
friends.
last week I was taking pictures in
Of
the
Morgan.
bushes outside
And I
of her
accidentally
house.
sent
Oh,
them
yeah?
all over the internet.
Yeah.
And I jerked off to it later.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
You sharpened your pencil, your
Should-
personal
sharpened
pencil.
my pencil.
it's so sharp.
Stickied my gum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you... That's
Sticky
why-
my gum.
That's why the carpet's shorter.
We had. It was just one
We had to
spot,
cut
but
the-
we had
yeah,
to level
we had
it.
to
You know.
level it out. Anyway, Wes, have you ever damaged eyeballs in your
No.
youth? Have
No,
you?
I think I was a pretty good kid.
Huh.
I think.
What are you saying? We're
Surprising.
bad
Yeah,
kids?
he had a stick and he had
He was
a
in his
dream.
box the whole
Mhm.
time.
Huh?
He was in the box. right.
Can't do much
And-
in a box.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How about
you
you,
can't, you can't do
Scott?
much when you're trapped inside of a.
What's the worst
steel
you
box.
did though?
Yeah.
Like,
What's the worst thing you've ever done?
like who did you punch?
Confess.
Who did you push? Who?
Make sure there's statute of limitations.
Nobody.
is over.
Tell
I've-
on.
I think mine would be over.
I'm a pretty. I'm not a pacifist.
You have a little
child.
brother though. Come on.
Well, yeah. Okay.
Every time they
Yeah,
played
you
like
get
cops
some-
and robbers, you would be like the
Okay, I-
pacifist in the corner.
You remember that one time you held a knife to his throat and said, "Don't you fucking tell mom." You don't remember that?
Jesus Christ.
fucking face off.
I
No,
did
but,
that-
see nothing.
I did that
Okay,
to my
uh,
sister.
What do you say?
Really, Dylan? Jesus
I didn't hold it
Christ.
to her throat, but I did hold it up.
Was it like a butter knife or a real one?
Oh, it was a knife.
You want to get?
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
a steak.
You want your shit buttered?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You want
I'll butter your shit.
shit.
Hold on, I want to hear, Wes. What was the bad thing that you've done?
The bad thing,
Uh-huh.
relatively not that bad
Uh-huh.
compared to other things.
Dylan. Uh-huh. That's
What
right,
are
I'm
you
judging Dylan.
implying,
Yeah, yeah.
Wesley?
Yeah.
I just like Spartan kicked my brother out of the house and then locked all the doors.
Recently?
Did you yell something?
Wait.
When he moved out this last time.
No, no, when we were kids.
Oh, okay.
Did you like yell?
Did
bitch?
you say that?
And then like,
Yeah, that sounds like Wes.
yeah, bitch.
No, we were just fighting over whatever. Don't even remember. Yeah,
And
Nothing important. You just kicked him out of the house and locked him out.
locked all the doors.
just to be clear, Wesley is very tall, so his giant leg came up, kicked him in the chest. His
He
brother,
was in the kitchen when the living room was about
in
10
my
feet
head,
away.
it's like the San Franciscan New York house where there's stairs outside of every door, like front door, and he's like, yeah.
Oh, I thought you were doing the Full House theme. Whatever happened to? Oh no, that's the wrong one.
Family man. I make
Movability.
that mistake all the time.
Oh, okay, yeah, no,
Same
it's-
guys, same musician.
Oh, I thought-
Out. Is it really?
Oh yeah, like the guy who did all those TGI like Step by Step,
Step by step.
Family Matters, Full House, same
Wait, how does
like.
Full House go again?
um,
It's a full house.
It's a full house.
We
What
got
about-
the Sprite Man with Jamie Tammer in the house. Oh, it's
Boys
a
are
full.
boys and
Whatever
men
happened
were
to
men.
predictability? The milkman, the paper boy, and evening TV.
With those familiar little cups waiting just around the bend.
It's a fool.
Everywhere.
FULLHOUSC.
Here we all along. What's
And
your
you
child?
know who you were then. Boys,
Watching
boys
shows
and
like
men.
Gentleman. I love
Mr. Week of you,
what is
some
it?
man like
Hoover, Hoover, I guess.
His name. I loved
How
All in the
comfortable
Family.
was
It was
Didn't
good.
need no welfare state.
Everybody pulled their weight.
For no reason,
Gee,
here's
was
our
sour and
food.
great. Those were the days.
What was your TV show growing up?
Friends.
Friends?
Yep. I watched every
You're a kid.
episode a million times.
Yeah, you're younger than me.
I have both I have like
All
3
seasons.
seasons
I was like, both seasons.
on
Both
DVD.
seasons.
I am.
No.
One and
every,
2.
I have every season 3 times on DVD.
That's insane.
Nice.
Why?
I sold one of them. One of them, like I bought myself. Then they were gifts, and then Jessica moved
Got you
in.
them
I was gonna say, yeah, she had her own, right?
Yes,
yeah,
yeah.
she came with
That's
her
what
own
you guys
friends.
connected over, right?
Yeah.
Like,
You guys were friends, and then
both seasons of Friends.
but all 2.
There's
Were
10,
you-
and
wait,
she opened
wait,
my world.
was
up.
she your
Did you-
neighbor
Wait,
across?
there's 10 seasons of Friends.
I think so. I don't know.
Like I just missed the last 8. I thought I was like the biggest fan.
It's just like you missed them all. You missed every
Just
single one of
realized
them.
There's fucking 8
Oh my
there's 10
God.
seasons.
I never even opened the back of the box.
Yeah.
What was
Whole
your
other
show
se-
growing up,
There's
Tito?
no other DVD.
Did you have a TV show growing up?
I only
It
ever
just
saw
opens
the,
the
front
first
of it.
one.
Like
Shrek?
all the popular ones, like I don't know. I was allowed to watch Gilligan's Island.
Nice. Yeah.
Like
Who's hotter, Skipper or who is it?
fucking
Ginger
Marianne.
Marianne.
Like-
That's like the
big,
common
thing,
like
yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Ginger's like empty and vapid.
Uh-huh.
And Marianne's
God,
like
it's hot,
sweet and
though. I'm
actually,
glad
awesome.
a man who
But
looks and
Ginger-
evaluates
But
his
Ginger
women.
has red hair.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
You know what that means? He
Crazy.
has red hair.
Hell yeah.
Fucking crazy.
Wes, what was your show? Sorry, I just keep jumping around.
With when I was a human child
Mm-hmm.
that I would watch.
Or
Not the cyborg,
yeah.
but
It's a pretty
or the
Wesley answer.
Yeah.
genetic puddle of mucus.
Like Lost, I guess.
Lost was your show.
that was your as a kid.
No,
like
No, you were already like 14.
Oh, okay. So
Or 20.
The Simpsons.
yeah,
Sure, yeah,
that's
that
safe.
works.
yeah.
That's totally mine.
Yeah,
Simpsons, I
definitely.
can quote almost like all of the first 8.
10,
Yeah, first 8
I
seasons.
can't
I
quote
can't
any
quote.
Simpsons.
No.
We
Yeah.
should watch it.
It's great. You have to go back and watch like the first 8 because like they're just so absurd. They're so insane. They're so well written.
Yeah.
They're just like so. I think that's
I
what
love
really
Dana Gould,
influenced
who
my.
was like, I don't know if he was ever
They
head
really
writer.
influenced
Dana
my
Gould,
thing.
yeah,
Dana Gould
Yeah.
was head writer for a bit.
for a bit. Yeah,
Yeah.
in the like.
I think in the
teen
later
seasons,
ones, yeah. I don't
yeah,
think
yeah,
he
yeah.
was one of the old ones with like Sam Simon and
I've
Conan O'Brien.
Right. I forget because most of the Simpsons fans say,
Right.
you know, the first 8-10 seasons solid,
That's
and
the
then
golden.
it really drops in quality.
But that's when like all the original writers like.
That's
left.
kind of
Yeah.
crazy.
So-
But-
the first 10 seasons, that's
Yeah,
where
they're
it's
up
at.
to like
But-
30
Yeah.
now.
They're
so.
they're signed up for like through season 29 probably.
Yeah.
But I remember hearing on a podcast that there's another sort of Renaissance era of The Simpsons in like the late teens,
Oh, really?
early
Nice.
20s. There's
Which-
another pickup of quality, which I
breath.
don't know specifically what
I
seasons
think
they are.
I think
but
I might have seen some of these episodes because I remember watching one and was like, oh wow, that was actually really
really
good.
good.
Yeah.
And that's a surprising thing for a
Yeah,
Simpsons
yeah,
episode,
exactly.
yeah.
Because usually, like in the later seasons, you can just kind of watch them, and it's like, oh, that happened. Who cares?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, like the early ones just focus a lot on the characters, which is really great.
and building the world.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the series was just playing
Like,
in that
yeah,
world.
it's like they had the world already built, so then they
Yeah.
just like.
Let's sober up Barney. Let's give Apu a giant family.
Yeah.
Let's.
Well, what do you guys think of the controversy that's going on with Apu?
Are
The
you talking about
controversy.
disease?
Yes,
No.
No,
that's
it's
exactly what
hard-
I'm saying.
yeah.
The gentle racist. Actually, I think Tito's the genuine racist.
Yeah.
The over.
That's like the spin-off is like the genuine racist.
Yeah, it'll be like the
I got
contrast.
my own show.
It's not
Just
popular.
by being racist.
It's popular with the alt-right.
My name's overt.
so hot right now.
No, so what's going on is obviously like everybody's woke nowadays, but Apu, the Indian character of The Simpsons, is it's done by Hank Azaria, who's
Yeah.
a white guy, and it's just basically like
He's not
a
white,
stereotype.
though.
Who?
Hank Azaria?
Well, he's
well,
not.
he's not Indian.
He's
either,
not
but,
Indian.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the main thing
not
is like
white.
there's Indian comedians who are taking offense to it because
Hari Kondabolu.
yeah, he's like one
yeah.
of the biggest ones who they're taking offense because it's just a stereotype basically because he's like he works at a quickie mart, he sells Slurpees.
He talks like this.
yeah, he
Well,
talks
he
like
made a
Dylan's
docu-
great. I fucking
His
love
French
that guy.
accent, also his British
no,
accent.
no. It's
no,
he
no.
works at the quickie mart
Yeah.
and he sells.
He has
to,
a monkey.
No, mine is
Mama-
way
no,
less like
mm.
like Hank Azaria really put some spunk
No, yeah,
on
yeah,
it. Like
yeah.
he
Yeah.
fucking like triple, quadruple
Yeah.
downs on that.
Yeah.
It's incredible how he
accent.
does that.
Yeah.
And so what's his name again?
Hari Kondabolu.
He made a documentary.
Oh, he did?
I think
on True TV.
on True
I
TV.
still want to
Is
see
this,
it.
is this a recent development?
Yes.
Within the last handful of months.
Yeah, yeah.
It came
Okay.
out within
Like
the
maybe
last
last
2
year or
months.
whatever, but yeah, it's like
So what's the purpose of this documentary or whatever he made?
It's him going around talking to other comedians that are also big Simpsons fans that are also Indian and talking about how racist the character Apu is.
like is it racist and
Kind of
upsetting?
asking the question
Is it
and-
upsetting? Like,
Well,
it's-
yeah.
Well, I mean,
it's-
he's been a
it's a black
staple.
mark.
So he's been like a staple on the
Since-
show for years,
Yeah.
and nobody's
When
ever
did it
like
start? The 90s, the
questioned.
late 80s.
Yeah, late 80s.
late 80s.
Yeah, because like that, like it was Tracy Ullman show.
Like 86, 87.
and then
something like that.
and then like 90, 91, that's when the Simpsons actually got their honest show, their own show. And
Because it was
since
a
then,
short. It was a part
Yeah.
of another.
It was a commercial bumper. So in and out of commercials, they would
Yeah.
have Simpsons cartoons on the
It's kind of like
Tracy
what they
Ullman.
do for like Adult Swim and
Yeah.
I think they do like
Yeah.
little bits like that, reoccurring bits and
Mhm.
things. Anyways,
Yeah. So I guess
did you
like
watch this
the
film? This
Yeah,
documentary?
I
did
have
you watch
not.
it?
No,
Okay.
and it's like under an hour,
Not
but
very
it's
long.
just like
Very
a
long.
TV special sort of thing. But yeah, it's very interesting. I wanna.
I'm just curious,
about
like, because I'm not sure. I know they say it's just racist. It's just a white guy doing an impression of an Indian guy, and I think they are trying to get rid of the character or change him up or something like that. So I don't know.
Well,
guess
I know that Hari Kondabolu talked to Hank Azaria, like, and it really blew Hank Azaria away. Like it kind of not hurt him, but I mean, it gave him perspective. Like,
Yeah,
holy
yeah.
shit, you're right.
Yeah.
Like that is
I'm
a
woke as
giant
fudge now.
stereotype.
Yeah.
That I've been doing for years. That bought me this house. you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
Like
Oh, can you not sit on that golden watch there? I'm gonna.
Apu bought that watch.
Apuba, yeah. That is his watch right there. I don't know. I
He
guess
just
I can.
talks to him the whole time
Yeah.
in his Apu
Yeah.
accent.
And
I guess I'm so-
Mo filled my pool.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does what, like 5 characters? or
Oh, he
something?
does more than that. But
Yeah, he does like
It's amazing.
Chief Wiggum, Mo, Snake,
Yeah.
Apu, Snake Plissken.
Does he do Otto?
Erotic.
Ooh, no, I don't think he does Otto.
Or
remember
that might
that.
be Harry Shearer.
So it's interesting because I'm listening to a podcast right now called
The Gentle Racist.
it is about like racism and
Yeah.
sexism.
Welcome
It's
to
called,
the
I
Gentle
can, like,
Racist.
Yo, is this racist?
It's
That's an actual podcast.
Jessica Gao and Dan Harmon, and it's called Whiting Wongs.
Oh yeah, I
that's
think I remember.
hilarious.
Yeah,
Whiting
yeah.
Wongs.
Oh my God.
And
That's a great name.
It's really good because they're both writers for Rick and Morty. He's white, and then it's like righting those wrongs, and then also they write for a show. It's just like
Yeah,
it
yeah.
works
It's
in
a
so
pl-
many
yeah, yeah.
ways. That title, whiting wongs is easy when you have friends. That sounded racist. This song should end, and then it goes into the
Nice.
podcast. It's really good. Anyways, they're talking a lot about. I'm kind of like I'm several months behind, but they're talking about the show that got picked up by HBO from the creators of Game of Thrones,
Oh yes.
called Confederate.
The whitest thing in the world.
Called The Whitest Thing in the World. The idea here is
guys know
that
about
It's
this?
Dear
Yeah.
White People or no, I don't.
we talked a little bit about this on Screen Source, but if you know anything about the writers of Game of Thrones, it's just these 2 relatively young white men that are now billionaires probably.
Sure.
And they can also
they are
probably
white.
make any show in the world that they want now because they are
They have carte
Billionaires.
blanche. Yeah.
creating the biggest show in the world. And they decided that for their next show that already got picked up by HBO is that they're going to write a fictional universe, fictional history where the South won.
Oh wow.
Fun.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
sounds very fun. That sounds like what this world needs right now. Sure.
Yeah. More of that
Yeah, more,
mindset.
alternate,
So
Yeah.
there's a
yeah,
lot of pushback from it,
Yeah.
and a lot of it has to do with
I mean, but like,
there are
what's
2 white men writing
But what's
a show.
What's
about,
the point? Like, what
What's the
is
point
like?
of it?
Is the story? I mean, like to try
So,
and push these issues
if
and make
I-
people aware of them in
I
this fictional
imagine
world,
like that
or
would be the argument for it.
Right.
In a similar vein to Django Reinhardt, where it is this kind of like power fantasy of like taking back and like showing like a strong, powerful black man in popular culture.
Mm-hmm.
The problem with that, though, is that you also need to show this person being beaten down before he gets to get to that point.
Yeah.
So as a TV series, like there will be like gratuitous because it's Game of Thrones, it's HBO.
Yeah.
Like there's going to be gratuitous scenes of like racism and sex and
Right,
violence.
and it just
I mean,
doesn't.
that
It
are
feels
all
like
centered around
it's.
racism.
It does feel like it's a bit unnecessary, and
Yes.
it's just jumping on the bandwagon of what's going on, but not
Yeah.
taking the. I don't
Full
blame them for
perspective.
taking on like the stance that everyone seems to be taking. Of course, like the alt right is wrong and all that stuff. They seem to be jumping on the bandwagon of
would
like,
not
we're
help.
gonna incense people with it. Or we're gonna
Right.
fire them
Somebody
up.
made a point that was interesting, which was they were talking about some other historical period show that was like this show is okay to do because the events that they were depicting have been closed and ended. And like we can kind of have like a full 3-dimensional perspective of that. But like us dealing with racism, not just slavery, but like racism as well.
Right.
Like that is an ongoing thing that
Right.
everybody's talking about right now. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
not this
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It is-
bookended thing that we can fully.
It has
Well, it's
not
like
gone
it's
away.
kind of like
Racism's
how
not over.
Right,
Yeah.
right,
like
right,
how
right.
we have movies or shows where what if the Nazis had won or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Where
Man in
it
the High-
hasn't
isn't
gotten
that Man in the
past
High
already.
Castle.
I
Isn't
don't
that what
know.
that's
Like
about?
Wolfenstein does that.
Yeah, Wolfenstein does that.
Yeah,
And it's interesting. And it's interesting. I think
Yeah.
there is some validity. I think there's validity to making this show. I
Right.
do.
Yeah,
but
the-
I do think
at
there
this-
are some definite landmines.
Again, the biggest argument, though, at least
What do you think, Wes?
what they talk about in this podcast is that one of the bigger problems being is that these two white men are doing it.
So, as of
if-
right now,
but-
it's
but
all
if- but if-
speculation, though.
I'm sorry?
Like, as of right now, it's all speculation as to
On
what they will
who's
do,
the-
right?
No, we know though it is about a fictional history where the South has won.
Okay,
Right.
Yeah, and
but
so
we
that-
don't know characters,
Why?
script,
No.
when it's gonna.
No,
So
but I
no,
don't.
the
I don't think
script is
people
not
care.
leaked yet.
yeah,
guys.
yeah, and
People tend to not care.
So yeah, it's like, oh, I'm incensed now.
Well-
and it hasn't even been made. and
Yeah.
I hate it already.
Look, I don't know. I get the point of telling a good story. If it's a good story that takes place in that, I totally understand that from a creative standpoint. But I do feel like, well, I mean, like this happens all the time anyway, like where people kind of jump on the bandwagon of whatever's like the hot topic now because it brings awareness to the show and also gets promotion and all that stuff. So I don't know. I guess I would want to see like
Yeah.
what is it about too.
Well, it's
before-
like
because
when-
it's immediately going to just get a bunch of negative press and then
Right.
people are going to watch it to see what it's
Right.
about.
The idea here, though, is like, do we not? Should people that be that should the people
That
that,
be
should be
I thought you were going to say
Are they be tripping?
Are they
the
be
people that be tripping?
Uh-huh.
Shit.
Gentle racism. Gentle racism.
I am not being tripping at all.
So you were saying
What were you
Well,
saying, Dylan?
we don't even know what it's about yet. So.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, we don't know the deeper details, but
Yeah.
we know the general overview.
We know enough that should it not be that the people that should be writing about this be people of color, be people that have a connection
That have-
with this.
yeah.
That
I-
it's their
Well,
story to be
isn't
told.
that's
Mm.
identity politics.
Yeah,
That's-
like I don't think
I don't
that is the
care.
major thing. Like ultimately, if something's good, it's good. But like, are we saying that these are the only two people that are going to be writers? They're not going to hire a writers
They're not
room.
gonna have a
They're
staff.
they're just
I
helping.
mean, like, they
just
well,
yeah.
they are the head writers.
Yeah.
They're it
The
is
show
their-
runners. It's
gonna be
it's
their
it's
baby.
story.
Yeah,
It's
well-
their story, and
Okay.
and people are saying like why like if this show were to exist
when the
peop-
show exists.
when the show exists
Yeah.
yeah when because it did get picked up
Yeah.
like should it not be people of color that should be telling this story also if people of color do not want to tell this story
Yeah.
which should say something
Yeah, that's. I think that's a.
That's a fair point.
I think that's a fair point.
right
Like, is it bringing some good into the world?
Right.
I have some trouble getting.
it just
jumping
doesn't seem to be the
completely-
right voice for it if that makes
I
any
thought you
sense.
made an interesting point of saying like these are the most powerful people like
on TV.
on TV in the
yeah.
world. Like they could make any show.
It
they
used
want,
to
that's
be
what they
Kevin
choose to do.
Spacey, but
It used- but ooh.
we know what happened there. He got stuck to a wall.
Sketch monkey.
Sketch monkey.
Sketch monkey, 7:00.
But I'm finding it difficult just to 100% jump on the argument this is bad and that
Right.
there's nothing redeeming or there's nothing valid in what they're trying to do.
So lightning round. Raise your hand if you are going to watch this show
I'll probably watch it.
I didn't watch Game of Thrones.
I didn't either.
Probably
so-
not gonna
Oh,
watch
you didn't
it.
watch Game of
Probably
Thrones either?
listen to
Good.
reviews
Fuck
first.
that show.
It just seems so like
is the most
dense and
racist
daunting
show
to even
to ever
start
come
it.
out.
Yeah, there's too much hype around it. I don't know if
I'm watching The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel right now, and it's
very well.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, controversy, racism, things are changing. What do you guys think of the Aziz Ansari? Oh, I'm sorry, you had something.
I
who-
just wanted to tag that thing with them. You guys remember the show The Boondocks? Not the Boondock
Yeah,
Saints, but
the
Boondocks.
the cartoon.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
originally a comic strip, and then
Yeah.
it became a show.
Was it Adult Swim?
Yes.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
on Adult Swim.
Yeah.
But like, because the writer was this, what was this black
He's like an
man,
activist.
who was an activist, but
yeah.
like he was able to kind of shine the light on what he thought were some things that he didn't like about the culture, or things
Yeah.
that could be improved, while also celebrating other aspects of it.
Yeah.
Like if a white guy had written the exact same show, it would have been this like incredibly racist show.
Yeah.
We would have viewed it that way, but because it wasn't,
Right.
Yeah, well, he has a
Right.
better
It's like,
perspective.
Yeah,
better
context is
perspective.
so
Yeah, yeah.
important.
It just
and really,
reminded me
Yeah.
of that.
really like moving forward in writers' rooms, things that I'm learning about the show, or learning about this
About
world.
the behind the scenes.
Yeah, about Hollywood essentially, or writers' rooms,
shitty
is that
place.
like the hope is that in the end it won't always be because 100% of the time now a white person has to finalize and stamp any show that gets made, because that's who's at the top
Who's
of
been there
every
for a while.
single
Right.
who's
Forever,
at
yeah.
every single station running everything, and
And it used
one of
to
the
be
end
Harvey
goals
Weinstein, but-
one of the end goals being that like
The whitest guy.
that like people of color will write shows for them by them. That makes any sense?
Fubu.
Yeah, for Fitzbins. It'll be Fubu.
Fubu.
We want Fubu shows.
I want Fubu shows.
Gotta ditch this
Please,
gentle racist.
somebody tell,
Turn to actual racist.
Callback that we
Yeah, I
keep
know.
doing.
We keep doing the wrong one.
please somebody tell me that they read the Aziz Ansari.
I've read.
I read-
I have.
okay, so
yes.
you
I
read the
several.
the one by the woman,
Yes.
and then the one by Aziz, the response.
I
I read
read.
the response. I read the woman.
So you read both?
I read the.
I read his
Atlantic, I read the Huffington
initial-
Post.
I just
Then-
read
then
the
you- then-
initial
then,
report.
then
Yeah,
you explain
yeah,
it to
yeah.
me, because I've been listening to all of it, but
You
I haven't.
haven't
What have
actually
you
sat down
heard
either.
then?
No,
What have you just want?
Not
Okay, yeah,
speculate,
yeah.
and let's just talk about what happened.
Well, I don't know if Tito's
Well-
the one because he's already gotten all his facts wrong about Harold
He-
Lloyd. So
True. Plus, I thought I read these articles. I thought they were talking about Apu and The Simpsons.
that's true. He's totally fucked.
Apu didn't do shit. He was at the
boy.
Quickie Mart
What
all
did he
night.
do?
He
Wait,
worked
Aziz
there
is the-
24/7.
Working
When the
hard.
culture gets bigger, we can't make such casual jokes.
Yeah. No, we'll cut Improv Bagel. Or
It's okay.
We'll cut birds.
We'll scrub this one.
The basic. Have you guys read?
I've
this
read
stuff?
it. Yeah. So I'll help jump in.
I've read of it, not the main thing.
So it's an account of a woman whose pseudonym is Grace to protect her identity, who went on a date with Aziz Ansari, and it was a terrible experience.
That was the first headline. Yes.
Yes. So she's 20, he's 34. They met at a party. She was with another date or a boyfriend or something at the time.
Oh.
And they connected over like, we both have cool vintage cameras or whatever. So they exchanged numbers. They eventually went on a date later on. They went to his place first. They went out to get dinner. They went back to his place, and he was
Advancing,
and he was
yeah.
aggressive in his advances, and she was uncomfortable. However, the way that they both behaved seems like there's a little bit of a gray area in how this should be viewed. Like, is this sexual assault, or is this just like
Right.
like
Well, do you
bad
wanna-
sex? Is this just like a bad experience?
Well, like to finish off like what happened with the date. Like essentially, she felt uncomfortable, and the next day brought it up to him, saying like, "I did not have fun because I didn't want any of that," and he totally, said sorry. I misread the whole
yeah, he's like,
thing.
he sent a text.
Yeah.
So sorry, I misread
Yeah.
that. I definitely apologize. I
Yeah.
hope whatever.
Yeah, sorry about that or whatever. Yeah. So that was like the whole gist of it. So
And then he goes on the Golden Globes with a Me Too
Yeah.
pin,
Pen,
and
and
she
she's
was
like, "I'm
like,
sick of my
"Hey,
stuff."
maybe."
So she posted
Or,
that
That's why she
experience
came
a
out.
Yeah, yeah.
year
Or
later.
time, no, Time's Up is the slogan.
Or yeah.
But
I saw
it seems. I've
Am
read
I
several
bad at
think
it?
pieces.
I want
about
us
it.
all to be
it was
also
like
like
a-
very aware of the fact that we're 5 men at a table.
We're what?
Yeah.
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 Jess.
And like
No,
that
Jess, what do you
that's
think?
The perspective.
Well, yeah, because it's like
that
I
I have.
totally, I don't, I cannot take the side of the other person because I've never really been on that end where stuff has happened. I'm just gonna stop. Hey, Zach, can we cut the stream?
Now, like fucking now.
Yeah, like
Right
5 minutes
Right
ago. No, it's hard to comment on that because it does feel like a gray area of like, was it a case of totally misreading the situation, or was this a sexual advance?
Well, yeah. Then it poses the question: is sexual assault black and white, or is there a spectrum of sexual assault?
Right.
Right.
And I don't know.
Well, that seems like a difficult
I'm
question
woke.
because right now it seems like we were wanting to create a line where that is. But if it is this gray area, where do we put that line in the gray area?
Right.
Where
Right.
do we do it? Unlike Kevin Spacey and Harvey Weinstein and everything,
Where it was
it's
like
very
clear
cut.
case
These people
of
are like
abusing their
horrendous
power.
pieces of shit things,
And they're
this
sexually harassing
seems
people.
Like just a night with bad decisions.
Yeah,
on both sides.
It wasn't a thing where like I'm going to give you a job if you do this for me. It was they went out on a date. There were missed things. He maybe was a little too
They
heavy-handed.
both had alcohol.
Yeah, they were drinking.
and he was like gross and aggressive. He would like stick his fingers or something like in her mouth or whatever. Yeah, which is
women don't
which is,
like that, right?
Like I know some who do, but like if they said no, like my
Yeah,
fingers in their
Zach,
mouth,
if
so
you
they
want to
can't say
cut the stream,
I read or I was at a.
I'm sorry.
I was at a.
No, I'm just kidding,
No,
Zach.
no,
It's fine. No,
don't
we're
cut
fine.
it, don't cut
Okay. Unless you really think we've said something fucked up. I haven't said anything. Wes and I are both quiet on this.
I was at
How
a.
Switzerland.
am I doing?
Yeah, I think you're
I mentioned this before, but I was at a sexual.
Deviancy party.
yeah, I know this.
What's the word for it? Like sexual assault, like workshop.
How to
Everybody. How
Well,
to.
wait,
yes,
were
it
you
was a
in-
how to?
Were you
DIY.
invited? Wait, were you invited, or were you? Was
it
a
an
court
intervention?
order, or did you
Dylan,
go-
we're all your friends here.
Is it like
Cut
we
the stream.
Is it like,
Is there something you want to tell
did you
us?
go there like you go to an abortion clinic to get a girlfriend?
You did this.
Screw the pig.
Idiot.
None in the sting.
Yeah,
Or
not
the
knowing,
pink.
But I
Or
guess
the pink.
knowing the context, I was just curious the context.
So-
you went there, obviously.
Yeah, the context is that every student at the university has to go to this now. It is a
Right.
requirement of all 3,000 or probably 20,000 students
Right.
that go there, whatever. And it was really well done, actually.
Good.
And one of the things that showed up on the list of this is sexual assault. Just because somebody's inebriated doesn't mean you can have sex with them.
Right.
Right.
That is a rule of like you
Right.
are
Well, yeah,
sexually
yeah.
assaulting
It's very-
somebody.
yeah.
Yeah.
I have a question to that. And this is just being devil's advocate, which is what men do a whole bunch, and it's fucking irritating. I get it. I'm sorry.
Men or you?
Yes. No.
You specifically.
What's the context, Tito?
No,
What's the
but, like,
context?
does that mean that they said doesn't mean that you can have sex with them? Are they saying that you are not allowed to have sex with them if like you're both inebriated, or that you shouldn't because that's a gray area? That's gray wording.
I think if I'm to make this more clear cut or to try to, if somebody is inebriated and they either can't answer or obviously are not capable of answering
Well, right,
or
yes.
have said no, then that is
Right.
sexual assault.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
If somebody's inebriated and said yes, my assumption is that is not sexual assault.
Okay.
Or
If it's two like consenting adults, is there? If one's
Yeah.
blackout
It's real-
drunk and the other
everything
one,
is really about consent.
Yeah.
Yeah, if somebody's
Yeah.
blacked out drunk,
Yeah.
then you are sexually assaulting them.
Yeah.
Right.
If you do
Right,
something
right.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
if you're
Cer-
both
certain
blackout
men-
drunk, then I mean, I'm sure somebody said yes in there somewhere.
And the thing is, consent can be withdrawn at any point.
Yes.
And that's the thing. Like, you can go up to somebody's apartment. That doesn't mean sex is going to happen. That doesn't mean that you are allowing sex to happen. That just means you haven't said no yet. So there's, and if you start making out and somebody is not feeling it, they can withdraw consent like that, and you have to.
Right.
Right.
So they say that withdrawing, what is withdrawing consent? It is saying like a strong no,
We
or
should
or it
something
could
like,
even be
because
Right.
because this is where the gray area comes in, because I understand being the argument that even like socially trained to like be a bit more demure and not hurt somebody's feelings if you're a woman in this situation. But in this situation, she would say things like, "Can we slow down?" Which isn't no.
I would take that as a no.
Or like, I'm not liking what you're doing right now.
Yeah.
But back off. Yeah.
Right.
I might turn
It
my
wasn't
mic
until the end that she actually said no, and like they had like both gone down on each other. They were both just like naked for a while in the room, and like she like went to the bathroom to collect herself, and she came back and she's like I don't want to feel forced into this because that will make me hate you, and I don't want to hate you. She said that, which I think is like a very strong thing to say.
Sounds like a pretty reasonable no.
No, it's
Yeah.
pretty reasonable no.
Solid no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A solid no.
So yeah, I don't. At that point, I don't know that it's gray anymore. You know what I mean? If that's what was said, then it doesn't sound gray to me.
Yeah.
Right,
well,
right,
read the article.
Uh-huh.
It does. I've read several think pieces on it. I think the Atlantic wrote an interesting one. I read another one by the New York Times that was good. I feel like I ultimately side with Grace on this is a difficult thing that needs to change and everything, but it feels a little frustrating to me, if I'm being honest, because it just seems like it's just kind of.
I'm like 50-50.
Yeah.
They're both not. I don't think Grace was expressing herself.
Yeah,
enough.
she could
have ended the date.
Been a bit more clear.
Like right when she was talking about the wine, wasn't the wine she wanted?
But
or
like
something?
the way she was talking about stuff, like he was really eager to get out of the rest. Like, the way she puts it, like he gets her wine and she's like, he didn't give me the option to choose the wine. It was red. I prefer white, but like he gave me red wine.
This is a very detailed account.
It was.
But
It was only in like September.
But that was
last
such like a
year,
weird
like,
detail of like, am I supposed to read into this that like this is like this,
Clearly,
like,
she
like,
had
just-
no options.
Clearly,
in this.
like he was just being this like controlling.
He was
like,
in charge.
because he wouldn't let me choose my wine.
Well,
Wait.
Yeah.
To be annoyed by that though is regardless of what happened at the point where she said no. That is the only part that genuinely matters,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
The rest of it is
Right,
context, and I don't want to I don't want to disregard it. But
It seems like I haven't gone and reread the article, but from what I read and think pieces, that like the moment when she actually said like, no, I don't want to do this, he said, cool, let's like chill with our clothes on then. And then they like relaxed and everything.
And then he tried again.
He
kinda.
did?
I think so. Well, the main article I read, the first thing of it was they went back to his place. He poured some wine. They started to make out a little bit. He was being a little forceful. She was like, "Whoa, slow down." She went to the bathroom to collect herself, and then they were like, "Yeah, like I'm not cool with that." Aziz was like, "Cool, let's hang out on the couch," and that's where he tried again, and that was kind of where it ramped up, and she wasn't.
I guess what it makes me think of is, and let's be again like we're 5 guys at a table discussing this thing, and like some of us
White
haven't read the
guys.
article.
Mm-hmm.
But it seems like there's just this clunkiness to Aziz Ansari's, not to be so crass about it, but his game, the way that he was trying to interact with, physically interact with her. There was a clunkiness to it where it seemed like she was open to the possibility if he was smoother. Okay? And he wasn't. So she was like, no,
like her, like he was
Well,
forcing
does that-
something
does
she
that
wasn't
matter?
wanting to do.
does that matter whether or not he was smooth?
I think ultimately he was forcing her to do something she
because
didn't
then
want to do, and she was trying to persuade him to stop, and he just would not. And he kept on trying ways of subverting that, but she was still, I'm not liking what's happening. It doesn't matter if we're hanging out on the couch or whatever. And yeah, she didn't want what he wanted ultimately.
Yeah, ultimately.
Wes, what was your opinion on this? Sorry.
Well, it's like if Aziz should have stopped right when it felt like weird and like let's just go. Hang
yes,
out
of
on
course.
the-
Yeah.
Like I think he was in the wrong in that sense, but I think she was in the wrong, and she should have expressed herself more clearly. It just said like, nope, I'm not doing this, not doing it, and just made it super clear because she
Did she
in the
say
articles
no
it-
though?
At the end, and that's when he was like,
Yeah,
let's
yeah,
put on
yeah.
our clothes then and chill. But before that time, it was
It
always
was
vague.
vague.
There were these very vague sentences that would
At the end
imply
of what?
at the end of the night, at the end of the experience when she actually left. They never actually had sex.
Got it.
Okay.
Right.
Wes.
But on the way there, there were these-
Wes. I'm sorry. He's been trying to finish his point, and I'm just trying to.
Well, yeah. Up until the point she said no, she was saying stuff like slower, or just stuff that doesn't necessarily mean like stop. It's just
Yeah.
like
is a
Yeah.
vagueness, and so there's this like feeling of clunky gray.
Okay.
in some
Yeah,
of it.
and maybe in Aziz's mind, he instead of like stop doing that, he's thinking, well, not yet. Yeah, maybe I need to be a little more, like.
Maybe I need to slow down now, but that doesn't mean in 5 minutes I need to slow down.
Right.
Right.
Like she was just not wanting it and telling him in her way to slow down, and he was just like,
if someone says slow down, it's reasonable to like slow down, and then it can like get steamy again, like
I
that
wouldn't know.
happens.
Yeah.
But but and then just everyone needs to communicate and be clear, and if it looks weird, feels weird, then
like address it.
probably
and
is.
step
Yeah.
back. I come away with it not feeling like Aziz is like a pig or something, but
Sure.
that he was clueless, and that on some level, like if we're saying this is like a systemic problem of how like we are shaped and molded and how we act with the opposite sex, and on some level, like he's also a victim of that systemic whatever, because I feel like this is just an example of that. It's not that he's this outlier.
Right.
Yeah, it's interesting that you say that because I think we're all victims to the system, but we all built it together too.
You're right.
We're not.
We're all
Although we're victims of it, we are the creators of it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of this interesting.
You're right. We shouldn't be blamed for anything because we're victims.
It's
I
a
agree
wash,
with you.
right?
Anyway,
It's a wash.
No, just
Well,
kidding.
well,
Yeah, no, that's a good point. No, it's a good
That's
point.
the point that Dave
So you're right. Now we're fine. Okay, everyone.
Steven.
We
Everything's
fixed
good.
it on burnt bagel.
That's right. Take that,
We
Obama.
did it.
Or not Obama. He's not there anymore. Take that, Trump.
He's not there anymore.
He's not around.
Bob?
So I guess what is like from hearing all the perspectives of everybody, I mean, obviously you should read the article. What are
Yeah.
you coming away
think you
with
need
it?
to
I'm
read
just
the article.
curious of like what are your thoughts on this?
Well, I'm
Is it just genuine? Like
I'm
I
kind
need
of
to read-
confused
Okay.
now, because I was under the impression that she used the word no or stop, and now I'm not quite sure.
That's why you need to read the article. And I think that's why it's generated so many think pieces, because it seems
A lot of people have written
Yeah.
essays on this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There's a ton.
so.
Do
it's-
you
it's
guys
what-
remember the words no or stop in the article when you read it?
I
Maybe
remember
not-
a lot of vague sentences that could be taken
I-
as a soft
Yeah, not
no.
maybe not
I-
specifically.
I
those
never read
words.
the specific article, the one written by Grace or whatever.
Okay.
But is that what it was? Grace?
That's the pseudonym.
Yeah,
Well,
but
it's
like
written by
how
somebody
they,
else,
yeah,
it's
but like every
about it.
piece that's been written about it, it does not really have a strong
That's why
that I
it's
can
really
remember.
well.
That I can remember.
And often those essays about the thing assume that you know everything about the thing. So
Yeah,
they're
like
just
you should.
responding
Yeah, of
to
course,
it.
you should
Yeah,
They
read the
pull out
article.
the little good.
Yeah.
Good
It's not
quotes.
the longest article. I would read
No.
it and then read several think pieces on both sides of it,
Mm-hmm.
to be a bit rounded.
I was a little. It's kind of weird because I had this initial reaction where, I heard about it and then I heard about his response to it and I didn't read any of them, and it's just every day.
Yeah,
now,
yeah.
right.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure.
Pretty much.
I
James
was
Franco
like,
was
oh,
like
yeah.
what the other day.
Yeah, like 2 days
Yeah,
prior
2
to
days,
prior
yeah.
to that.
Yeah.
And I did read some of that, which was like really weird.
No.
The
The-
shit that he was doing was really
Yeah,
weird.
yeah.
I feel
like
yeah.
for his classes.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff. So what the hell?
It's a little
That's
bizarre.
how Jason's
But
gonna
see,
run
I
his
could
classes.
feel like that's exactly. Jason told me that's how it works.
Yeah.
You want to be good at
I
improv?
auditioned. Yeah.
You want to be good at improv? Sounds like Jason.
You heard
It-
it,
it does.
Yeah, he's such the alpha male. Yeah.
Yeah, he's at,
All right, maggots.
You guys
Yeah.
want to be booked in my next Hive show? You
we've
better
all been
take
to
off your
his
clothes.
house, but you don't realize in his bedroom there's a giant James Franco poster.
That's right. Yeah.
And a lot of sex swings and
Yeah, he's just nonstop, that goober.
That goober. Yeah, there was a
that
lot of
knucklehead.
oh, that crazy
Casual
guy. That yeah, it just feels like with him too. Like it doesn't feel out of the
Jason?
realm.
Oh.
It would, yes, Jason. It doesn't feel like I don't know. It feels like it's part of like I don't know. It was weird because yeah.
What I didn't get
like
to
the
though was like
classes.
that.
Uh-huh.
It was weird because I saw all the articles and I knew that it was happening, and then I just started. I started seeing articles flood into my timeline of like this is gray area or like
This is very clear.
no, most of them were like the
gray
A
area.
lot
I
of
don't know,
gray
I don't
area.
know.
Well,
Gray
for-
area,
yeah.
and I was like, what? And I was like, I don't want to follow this person. What?
yeah.
I don't want to follow this
It's a
person.
unique story in this whole giant
Me
thing
Too
thing
movement.
of the movement, in that there are a lot of articles not in defense necessarily, but yeah, acknowledging that this is a very vague
It's like, well,
story
what do
and
we
we have
do
to
about
tread
this?
lightly
Yeah.
because it's not clear cut. It's not
Well, it's
making
like new
somebody watch
territory
you
now,
masturbate
so-
or whatever.
Yeah, there was a Facebook friend of mine. I don't really know who it is. It's just a Facebook friend of mine, but said like this is 70% of all of my dates. Like this is what it's like to date like when you're me.
Yeah.
And I was
Wait,
like,
is
it was a
this a
female.
woman or
It was
a
a
man?
female? Yeah, and I was like,
Huh.
this is really interesting. I
Yeah.
mean, obviously, I should read this.
Yeah, and so what was she saying with that? Was she saying like 70% of my dates are like assault, or it's just like part of like trying to find a good person?
That
was she
is a
saying
good.
with
That
that?
is a good question.
Or is
I
like
don't,
an
I don't
awkward-
know where
Because
she
that's-
landed.
Because that's kind of
'Cause
the
I think
point. Is that
that's-
is this sexual assault or is this just bad sex?
Right.
right.
But
Which
is
we
this
have
a
to go
date
through.
that's gone
Yeah.
wrong?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've been very caught up in Dan Harmon's.
Oh, yeah.
I listened
That's
to
right,
the entire
yeah.
episode, but just his
Apology.
speech.
and I thought that it was well done.
the 7 minutes. Yeah, it's really like I had heard about it. No, if anybody knows anything about me, he is like my hero.
Yeah.
As
So
far
once
as like
again,
comedy
even
and
bigger
humor.
because he handled it well.
Well, yeah, it was interesting.
Well, he doesn't seem to be shunned from Hollywood, or is it just that he's
No.
not?
I mean,
as,
he's been semi-shunned from Hollywood for like 7
Oh,
years
okay.
now because of the Chevy Chase thing, which
So-
is another.
so
thing.
it's just
Yeah.
old
Yeah.
hat. Uh-huh.
yeah, yeah.
He's used to
But
being in this
in a
little
very
corner.
different way.
The woman
Yeah.
involved here has accepted his apology.
She not only accepted, she said,
Now I'll date you.
It worked.
You had me at I'm sorry.
It was a very it was very long but soft no.
It turned into a hard yes.
I call you Mr. Gray Area.
Oh God, Zach!
Cut the stream.
Um,
All right, let's wrap
no,
this up,
she
though.
said.
Yeah, Robin.
She said something along the line. No, she said. I think like very specifically. This is. This is the the cornerstone of what it is to publicly apologize. Like, and
This
she
sounds
said, everybody needs to listen to this.
Yeah.
And like. She's like, in the last person in the world I would have ever expected to like make this right, made this right for me. And so, yes, Dan Harmon, absolutely. Like,
I forgive you.
crisis averted.
Oh, nice. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
I will-
Your hero is safe.
I will start buying Rick and Morty merchandise.
And
Well,
with that, you sent your purchase for season 3 DVD.
Yeah. I had the return label all
Yeah.
printed and.
God damn you, Dan Harmon. Oh wait.
No, yeah, I didn't.
that away.
I was not like very like taken aback by it because he had mentioned it actually in a prior episode.
Oh, really?
Like a month or two ago.
He did this on that podcast that you listened to.
No, he did it on Harmontown, his
Harmontown,
bigger
okay.
podcast.
yeah.
He's got two now. But on Harmontown, he had mentioned a while ago, like he talks about
everything.
everything, and he talks about like his. I've been listening to podcasts for years now, and since Trump's been in office, it has just been a nonstop political podcast, and it's actually kind of. It's definitely changed a little bit in tone because of that, because he's so riled up and he hates Trump and hates the world that we live in and all this all these
Right.
things.
I love it.
And
I'm so erect right now.
and so yeah,
White power.
when the Me Too movement was coming out and everything, he was definitely talking about it, and he was saying that like yes, he's like yeah, I've even been involved in things like this. He's like, and he would vaguely talk about this story of this person that he used to work with, and then the story very publicly came out when the girl mentioned it 2 weeks ago or so, or last week actually. He was in a position of power, and he made me feel belittled, and no, he never touched me, but yeah, he used his power over me to make me feel uncomfortable and not confident in my work, and he told me he loved me, and he asked me out, and everything about it was wrong. And
he deals with it beautifully. Like I'm so glad that it happened. So now we have an example of how to apologize.
there is kind of a baseline now.
Well, I mean, like, if he had touched her, do you think that apology would have been fine?
That's all up to her.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's for
Right,
her to
right,
say.
right.
It is honestly worth listening to. It's a very fascinating thing.
No, but yeah, like everybody is kind of like on board with the fact that like every article I'm seeing is like, this is how you do it.
Yeah.
I feel like it's starting to get fashionable to apologize, but I just want you guys to know, like, I was doing it before it was cool.
That's true. Yeah.
Apologizing
you are the hipster of
or,
apologies.
You were the first to
No,
apologize.
actually, I did a thing, and then I went back and I apologized.
Sorry, Mom.
The reason of its the reason
That's not
Stupid.
what it is.
Yeah.
the reason of its importance though is because
Right.
the apologies that we hear, or the apologies that are coming out, the quote unquote apologies, are just facts, just kind of like
I was involved with
This
this.
happened. I acknowledge.
This happened.
I
This
acknowledge
happened.
it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And
I will be
disagree with
seeking
the offense,
treatment. Yeah.
but I am sorry.
oh yeah, and like the very common one, like that doesn't sound like me, but
Oh, right,
yeah,
right.
that's
By the
another
way,
one.
I
But
am gay.
shin dang, I will
Yeah.
say I'm sorry.
I'm sorry if it did happen.
Can we move past this?
Yeah.
Yes, and this was like his was like you couldn't be more earnest and open.
He talked about how it affected his relationship, his like lust for this girl and everything, and how like he just didn't see what was going on.
Yeah, he's like, please understand that like she is the victim here. Do not make her life worse or any worse than it is. And she's gone on to she's an amazing writer. She writes for The Onion, and she writes for a bunch of television shows, and she's like very successful. But there was a while where she felt that
Inadequate.
success only happened not because she was a good writer, but because he liked her. You know what I mean? Like looking up to a boss, and like you keep moving up ranks because he has a crush on you, not because you're any good at your job.
I hate when that happens.
Yeah.
Actually, the page is upside down.
Yeah,
Dear. There you go. Yeah. He's a cracker.
And
This
she
one.
was I mean, he was the showrunner for Community. She wrote for Community, and he was the lead writer also, but
He stepped down.
no,
So
he
let
never
her.
stepped
No,
down.
I'm just kidding.
Well, he got fired actually.
Oh.
Yeah, NBC took him.
Prior to him getting fired though, but she was always she was the go-to if he's like, yeah,
Couldn't
I'm
make a
busy this
decision.
week.
Right.
Yeah, she's the person, and like
Yeah.
he was her like mentor. Or,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, he mentored her. So I don't know. It's a very
Are we
interesting-
muted?
No, the right side is muted, which is system sound. The
Roger.
microphones are on the left.
Okay.
See a little
Because it's
see
like
that?
that whole fucking conversation. I thought that was a very insightful
remember when
conversation.
Zombie Zach
Zombie Zach.
Zombie Zach was like, you guys got real deep. It was good for the beginning.
Yeah.
And
Man,
like,
we really
great.
got deep with that.
Lesson
So.
heard. And then look what we just did.
Well,
then-
Mom and Michelle, let me know
yeah,
what you
he's-
guys think. We'll go. He's
Oh,
ready
he's
to go.
wrapping it up.
He's like, oh, good. They got to a,
All right.
a
So
break
everybody,
point.
please be good to each other. And
Yeah.
if you do something, just apologize and make it right.
This is like Jerry Springer's
I don't know.
final
Yeah,
thought.
I don't know what else to say.
Be good to each other.
Just
See you tomorrow.
everyone-
We'll throw some more cheers.
Yeah. Just everybody, be good to each other. Kiss your
Is your mom
babies.
gonna listen
Hold
to
your
this?
babies tight. What's that?
Is your mom gonna listen to this?
She better. She wants to be my mom. Okay, bye, guys.
Bye.